And we drop straight into a cold open. The title will be revealed later since there's some information over there. But we do cold open start into the conference room of the Kismet as Tiger Squadron has assembled once again.
Too bad we can't Voltron this shit.
And I'll form the head.
I don't want to form the lower body.
As Wright points out, well, we have both the plank and the Achilles in dock now. We've begun the repairs. We are looking at a few days repair at present for each ship. The plank, we're looking at, let's see, approximated 8 days of repair, and the Achilles, about 4 days. If anyone wishes, if anyone wishes to take up lead on speeding up the repairs, I would much appreciate it. But as it stands, the repairs are being done. Thankfully, the computer core wasn't completely scrapped, so it's well, actually, that's part of it. Now that I think about it, is that taps at her pad. We could repair the plank's core. The problem is if we do that, we risk. Oh, it is. Sorry, the estimations in this report are being generous. The computer core is actually destroyed outright, so in fact that will be 10, 11, 12, 13 days due to the fact that we need to replace the entirety of the core, of the main core.
Well, I'll see what I can do about that. Fortunately, given the plank's position as a experimental test bed, I'll see if I can put in a requisition for something experimental, maybe top of the line.
All right, I'll note that for you, sir. Tap, 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 tap.
After all, often Starfleet Corps of Engineers will like to look for a ship that might require a completely new computer system to test their new experimental computer systems on, as opposed to one that would require a full computer disassembly and then reassembly.
Mm-hmm.
You've just said the word computer too many times in a short period of time. They just need a new computer.
As for the captured vessels, it has been confirmed that they are open. Yes, I am who I say I am. Yes, I'm Commander Wright. Yes, that's my command code. Thank you. There we go. These are indeed P-14 patrol crafts, the experimental space frame that was the basis of the last laugh line. And it also has been confirmed that their quantum signatures differ, such that they come from the mirror universe in particular.
Which, explains why it was Everix's kid chuckling like a crazy person and saying it would be fun to attack the Achilles.
I'm not sure if it explains it, but at least
it goes some way towards explaining it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I don't think Efrix raised a crazy person.
I forget, did Grennan meet Mirror Efrix back on that side? I'm trying to remember who met Mirror Efrix.
I think only two of us did.
Yeah,
Carter and Pend, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Grennan isn't going to comment on how that tracks.
Well, you could. You're probably familiar with the mission report.
Yeah.
So for now, he is currently in custody on charges of piracy in open space. For now, I've been treating him as a independent person rather than a Federation citizen, since he comes from the Mirrorverse. He's been belligerent, but thankfully he is understanding of the station systems are rudimentary. It seems he only really knew small craft with any great mastery.
Oh, I'll take
And
any
then
small
did
victories.
burn out his drive. I don't know what fucking accent that was. He did burn out his drive while attempting to escape.
So maybe not as much mastery as he brags, then.
I think also another one of his squadron's ships about burned out their engines trying to escape.
I mean, I'm
The
still.
matter
It seems. It would seem that they didn't. They have been maintaining their ships very well. They've been out in open space without a mothership for several months. Small craft, although can operate in theory for up to 2 years, like any other Federation ship, I imagine they didn't adhere to United Federation planets' starship protocols, and they didn't look into the secondary and tertiary backups for the ships. So when something broke, that's it. It's broken. They are repairable. We can put them into service or disassemble them as needed, but for now they're just in holding until we figure out what we're going to do with them.
I mean, one unexpected good thing came out of this.
Hmm.
That it took a relatively stupid action to finally put the Achilles through a damage test.
Yeah, it would seem their initial action, while intuitive, was dangerous. It is more or less a one-punch idea. If you don't knock out your opponent, you're in trouble.
From the
We
report,
have
it seems
also-
to bear some similarities to a Picard maneuver, however, with less finesse.
He was saying, Commander, right?
Yes, I was gonna also add that the communiques to the Ganymede and to the Gungnir have gone through. The appropriate paperwork has been filed. It's just a matter of waiting for all the pieces to fall into place on the diplomatic corps side and the command side. Rear Admiral Nia sends her regards, and she'll be giving her council will be getting back to us to mount the maneuver that you're looking to do, sir.
I mean, let's be honest. Can you imagine the amount of people that are nervous back home knowing I'm taking point on this?
Well, it seems your reputation is fairly high these days, sir. We're not having a lot of pushback from command or even from the council. It's mainly just the logistics of it all. The council is, according to what our liaison, Captain Joan, told me, that we're not facing too much political pushback from the council. It's just a matter of making sure the right resources are there. Since this could be the forefront of a slew of new treaties and trade agreements, even if it is with only 1/4 of the entire sector.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
like the Fight Club people.
well, that's one of the things. If we can calm down what's happening with the entire Peugeot group, then we can deal with the. Did you get their names for the people you met previously, Lieutenant Commander?
I'm just gonna write it down somewhere. It was. I write it down somewhere. I did. Oh, the Yon.
The Yon.
Apparently did not write down the full thing.
Okay. Well, either way, after we've
No,
dealt.
there it is. The Yonari Corporation of the Yonari Trade Star Cluster Association.
Could you put that in a chat somewhere, please?
Yes.
Could you pass me the data pad, please?
And I will
yep.
forward that with the particular individual I was talking with.
So the Yonori Trade Star Cluster Association.
Huh, reminds me of the Frankie Alliance.
Yeah.
Except more friendly.
Yeah, well, they did hail us initially with an advertisement. Accidentally, apparently, but yes.
But that's also a good thing. Like I said, once one thing calms down, if they're a group part of another group of civilizations that are at this level, that's another way for us to go. Find out who's where, what's available, and map out as much as we can.
On the note of helping out, the reports of the Steel Prince's plans indicated that the Chigo System Alliance is on the brink of undergoing famine, correct?
Correct. I've sent a mission brief off to the Gungnir and their diplomat in particular. But until they get there, I may assign a ship or some resources to head down to tide them over.
If we could expedite the repairs of the Achilles, that might serve as a suitable platform for such an expedition.
That could work. In truth, any vessel would do, but yes, any vessel we could get out there as quick as possible, just to at least tide them over for the Gungnir to take point.
We could request the Liliri to act on our behalf. They are friendly with us, and maybe, I mean, they'll be moving rather slowly, but they can move quite a bit of goods aboard their carrier.
Considering the Lorori kind of works for a person who wants to vassalize the Chigoans.
It does make for an interesting conflict of interests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would very much like to request their assistance, but in the current situation we're in, it may be best to not put the Star Captain in a situation she can't explain a way out of.
And what of House Telpak? They're friendly with us. I mean, their fleet isn't very big, but they have connections in the Empire.
I mean, if Mr. Varda or anyone here can reach out to House Telpak and request some assistance, that would be helpful, but I'm mainly focused on what we have and what we know we have. If we can get more stuff to use, I will happily deploy it in whatever way best suits. But I can't
I would
get
also bring up the possibility that a Klingon house might be just as likely to attempt to conquer as they would be to assist.
True.
Depends on what house is most active in the area.
While we have had good dealings with Telpak, we've had those dealings as allies and equals. And a Klingon's disposition towards those less fortunate can be quite different.
I've been hearing rumblings that the Klingon house that's nearest to us, that's starting to, well, their holdings aren't anywhere near us, but it's a House Gitta. It's one of the older houses. I've heard rumors that they may be deploying their ships out this way.
We know what their intentions would be?
She shakes her head. No idea. They're all the way from the Bamoth system. They've crossed the entirety of the Empire. So whatever the Council's up to, they are not sharing it with me.
They're from Bamoth?
She nods.
Hmm.
They're the ruling family of that was faced the disaster on during the planet fall. Or station fall, better way to put it. Language is strange, but
I agree.
then in that case, he could be a wild card.
Hmm.
I mean, there's no harm in putting out feelers to try and get an idea of where they stand, but again, it falls under the what I know we have and what's a long shot of what we could have.
Hmm. Well, the only reason I suggest these things, sir, is that until the council clears us, we can only use what we. If we were to pull resources, we'd have to pull them from Tallgrass within our, and we'd have to request from the governors themselves.
With
Reviving an
the
entire economy is a massive undertaking that usually requires the
with
Federation's backing.
with the exception of the Gungnir and the Ganymede.
Nods.
I mean, I could put in some requests to the Tallgrass governors. I've been talking to enough people recently, I can talk to them as well.
It
Plus,
might also be worth considering whether we should attempt to request additional resources for such an undertaking. For a
What's,
humanitarian concern such as this, the council might be willing to offer additional resources.
That's what I've been told by our liaison, that they're deciding how many supply ships to send out to us and organizing the escort ships that would be going our way. So it's I've been Captain Joan tells me that it's a massive undertaking to move that much material across the Federation.
well, it could be a case of we provide it from ourselves and the Federation resupply us.
Hmm.
well, the Quaqua and the we generally understand where the Quaqua and the Chigo concern stand in this whole affair. What do we know about where we are with the Woohoo?
I
Suspect,
haven't.
given their historic animosity with the Chigoans, they would be less likely to offer assistance.
And as far as their feeling toward us, we've had some woohoo people come and go in small numbers. No great battleships or anything of that nature, but trade vessels, independent star captains, that sort of thing. Well, they call them independent captains, but they're licensed by the Illuminated Worlds. It's sort of how we do it with our freighters, but not really. It's strange. It's almost like letters of marque. She looks around. Where you give a warrant from your government to a person to enact stuff on your behalf. On Earth, they used to do it to make pirates have legal recourse to attack people and then be able to retreat to a safe port. I just
Legal
realized
recourse
not.
for pirates. It's a very odd custom.
Well, it was cheaper than fielding your own navy, and you just hired some pirate captain, and told him, "Here you go. Here's a warrant. Go nuts." I'll note that that's very much an illegal action under Federation law. It was the humans that were very adamant about it.
Well,
Quite puzzling.
well, looks like the Woohoo could go either way, and I don't know if it's necessarily worth. I don't know how much the Tiger Squadron should be committing to try getting the Woohoo involved.
Well, that's where the second missive has gone out. I've requested the Ganymede, and I've given them a mission briefing of what's required and things I can hope for, really. I've sent them to the Woohoo.
Yeah. Well, I've read over some of the more recent fleet reports. Captain Holloway has some diplomatic skill, what with his treatings with the Helmodian government recently and other first contact scenarios over recent months.
Well, hopefully he can continue down that path. But if we need, we could have someone reach out to them from our end as well, just to smooth that initial meeting between them.
Very good.
Last point of briefing, as far as I'm concerned, We do have an uptick in reports of a slew of Indolin refugees entering Tallgrass. Not enough to cause a housing crisis or anything. The Tallgrass governors are doing quite well, but there's a marked uptick that suggests an exodus of some variety, a mass moving of people away from from their home systems. I've read some of the report. I've been trying to get some readings on what the Gungnir has to say on the subject. It's a lot of seeing through the chaff a bit, but reading between the lines, it seems that there may be some sort of rebellion going on over there, and that's causing a lot of them to start seeking out asylum. Last report even, and I don't know if it's quite the same as great evacuation from the Bajor system during the Dominion War. I don't know if it's gotten to quite that level, but I'm getting the feeling it might.
Which one is this we're talking about?
Yeah,
The
Darwin's.
Yeah. Because
the fungaloids that usually eat people, but apparently there's a political division on whether, or a political social division on getting nutrients from not eating people and sentient brains, but from other sources, which has caused bouts of violence to occur within the Indolin systems.
Right. I read Captain Holloway's report on the diplomatic incident at Dangrove colony between the Indolins.
I mean, we generally don't have any issues with people seeking asylum. But I fear it may be a case, again, until we deal with this one issue, that we can't really afford to take on an extra one that could spread. We should keep an eye on it for certain, but let's put out one, fire before jumping to the next.
Yeah, my that seems to be my general understanding of how the Starfleet Diplomatic Corps has chosen to approach the Dangrove colony situation.
Oh, Commander Wright, did that shuttle with Miss Adler get off alright?
It has, sir.
Good. At least she can start putting in some work.
And actually, I took the liberty, sir, of assigning her a runabout with long travel adjustments, so she doesn't have to stop for too long. That way, she can focus on flying there, rather than having to focus on getting into port.
Fantastic. I just hope she doesn't make me regret this.
Oh. Right, looks over at Grennan to see how he reacts to that.
He's keeping quiet.
Oh shit! I need to contact the Admiralty about her as well, don't I?
Yes, sir. There's a fair amount of extra paperwork you've created for yourself. I'd help you, but I'm kind of having to do my end of it because I've basically loaned a runabout to a accused felon. So
yeah, listen, just blame me for that.
I'd help with the paperwork, but well, I'm a conflict of interest.
You're something at the moment, Captain.
Besides, sir, you're going to be helping with the ship repairs, I hope? She looks at you like, oh no, please don't forget. Don't make that my problem.
Oh no, I have plenty on my plate.
Penn just looks at Wright with a bemused expression.
She's learned what happens if she lets Grennan get away from her. It becomes her problem. She's seen that happen to Penn.
He goes running off to an archaeological dig and leaves you guys to pick up all the slack.
Oh, actually, note to you, sir. There is a request from Dr. Stephen Kale to meet with you at your earliest convenience. Apparently, he's doing much better now that he's been in the Kismet's hold for a while, in the medical bay rather.
Clean bill of health.
Yeah, he's been doing ad hoc lectures on the promenade. When I had to tell him that he can rent a room like everybody else and do his lectures there. So please convince him not to just block traffic with his rantings. I know they're educated rantings and they're very informative, but everyone the promenade space is for everybody. And I'd rather not yell at your friend, sir. Tempting as it is.
If you want, I'll yell at him.
I'll take care of this. Friend's a bit of a strong word. But,
He's been calling you his friend.
How cold, Fleet Captain? How cold?
Apparently he's taught you everything you know about archaeology and so on. Well, the last I checked, you didn't attend his university or any of his lectures, so I don't know what he's on about.
Probably a reputation grab.
yeah, we'll see.
So is it me, or is this meeting basically turned into let's repair some ships and let's see who can do the most paperwork?
That's most meetings, sir.
I would concur.
How did I get here?
Are you alright, sir?
No, just I wasn't expecting this as the kind of end point of, when I signed up, when I came into Starfleet. Signed up's a strong word.
Welcome to command.
It's what it's normally like in peacetime. I mean, I used to do this sort of thing before the war. Although not at the command table, more in the medical meetings, but still, same idea.
Yeah, well, I did do all this stuff at the command table before the war.
God, it sucks.
I sat. Believe me, there were a number of times where I sat where you sat, Commander.
Oh, you're the commander of a station, sir?
Yeah, well, not full commander of the station, but I was a commander on a station.
Ah, I understand, sir.
Did I tell you when I was also a commander of a ship?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Captain Pend, it's I did not think that I was going to be commanding a station when I signed up. I thought I was just going to be in doing counseling work for the most part. Maybe get on a hospital ship by the time I got to commander. So, who knew that's where my career was going to take me? At least I didn't get into security work. No offense, Lieutenant Varder, but I can't stand. I hate fighting and I hate hurting people. And she says as there's a Sean at her belt.
And you almost stabbed him with it.
Yeah. But, and believe me, the Academy was really adamant about me joining security, but I am perfectly happy to have stayed in the medical field and not gotten into security work.
That's fine. I mean, most of us aren't security because we enjoy hurting people. It's just...
We're good at it.
Oh, that was a cool one.
But yeah, I'm glad I could help you join the misery that I feel.
Oh, I like station work, sir. I've had plenty of excitement on starships as it is. I think the calmness of station command has grown on me, I think.
Oh, has any of my new guys caused any issues?
I've had to put them into line to remind them that you're not in command of them. I am when they're on my station, and I've handled it. They're fine. A couple of martial art demonstrations tended to sort them out.
Yeah,
is
makes
this
sense.
your is this regarding your hoplite program?
Yeah, it's relatively underway. I'm just trying to finalise deployments to ships, so everyone in the Tiger Squadron has a unit.
Very good.
Especially you as a bodyguard unit.
See, I would I'd say I don't need one, but then again, I needed 5 clones now, didn't I?
4 clones, I believe, sir.
Yeah, not 5. If there was 5, we'd be missing one.
I mean, with Adler, we probably are missing about 12.
I should hope not.
Oh, I do have a request from my flight officer if we have no other urgent business.
Sure.
Hmm?
It seems that we've gotten some paperwork for a Lieutenant Jason Wittergast. It seems that he's up for his flight proficiency test. And normally, as the station of the squadron, we would do it, but unfortunately, our flight officer is swamped. So if any of you could loan me one of your flight officers, or perhaps help him do the test yourselves, I'd really appreciate it. I'd do it, but frankly, I have the flight courses that the academy forced me to take, and I haven't had to take them again since. I'm not flight certified to train, other than base officer requirement. So I
Well,
can't really be doing it.
I know a number of things about the test taking procedure, but I think Penn might be best for this if you have the time, of course.
Well, I mean, I did technically kind of train him to fly the Kismet, so, you know.
If you have time.
I mean, if not, I'll just assign Vox and Shala to do it.
And don't worry about the shuttle for the practical. I'll arrange for that part. That part is I can do.
Yeah.
I just lack the personnel to do the test properly.
Yeah, like I said,
Very
I'll see if either Isala or Vox is available, and I'll get them to.
You can clearly get the Klingon exchange officer.
Yeah, no.
How to do a attack run. I mean, that is part of the course, but still.
I mean, to be fair, last time I had him do this, we raced backwards for a minefield. Well, not the minefield, it was the asteroid course last time, technically. And I still beat him.
No, see, for her, it's how to do an attack run, and then how to do a follow-up attack run, and then how to do a follow-up attack run.
Also, the Klingon Defense Force is very particular about how they ram things. There's like several regulations on the subject.
Well, that's just a crude word. It's a tactical love tap.
Tactical love tap, sir? Okay.
It just shows you how much we care.
I feel this meeting is beginning to stray away from its intended
I've been here too long.
course.
With your permission, sir, I believe we can adjourn this meeting.
Indeed.
Please.
Everyone, we have our work cut out for us. Let's get to it. Meeting dismissed.
Should we grab some
Commander, a
pad
moment
and-
of your time.
Me?
No, Commander, so right.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just
Kind of. I'll just basically be following right out and taking a turbo lift down.
Ah, yes, a turbo lift scene.
Yeah.
That lasts exactly as long as you need it to.
Turbo lift, it's tailored to your convenience.
People start coming out. This is over there. Whoop, ping. Where's my tokens for regular crew? Hold on. Oh right, I emptied the room. That's what happened. Isn't it?
Oh shit! I also need to check if there's any transfer requests.
Isn't being an executive officer just so full of spice?
See, Penn's got used to it. Apart from the fact of Grennan's also supposed to do this.
I mean, administrative stuff is honestly a lot on the executive officer. Captain makes decisions.
Hey, you're also a commander now. I'm gonna draw you into it.
Crap rolls downhill.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm the lowest ranked.
So yeah, apparently I have accidentally got rid of that asset. I'll put that in for next time. Oh well. So all the those Starfleet badges and stuff, poof! I've accidentally poofed them. in there.
What asset?
Oh no.
It's the little badge asset that I use. I have it. It's just in one of my folders on my computer, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move on and I'll fix it later. Besides, Kismet's on low. They have fewer people on. That's all. They're off shift.
We're in dock right now.
New scene. Not that it matters for momentum reasons. Getting words mixed up.
Inspiration, momentum, inspiration.
Yeah. So yeah, Myth, you have right in a turbolift. You may confess to her at your leisure.
Given the state of the Maxwell Planck computer core, we'll obviously be pulling on our data backups from the station. However, given the length of the process involved, I'd like to request permission to make a data partition in the station's core so that my researchers may continue their operations during the repair process.
I'd like to help you, Commander, but well, Myth rather, we're same rank. Sorry, but there's the cores basically scrapped. The secondary cores are still there. So what I could probably do from some of the backups, I can move the data onto the Arcania's core, and then just assign one of our science, one of our science labs towards on loan to the Planck crew.
That will work fine. Yes, with the destruction of the main core, we have lost some of our work. However, I make sure that my crew is diligent in their documentation efforts. Just kind of hesitates for a moment, for the most part. So we shouldn't have lost more than kind of grimaces 2 weeks worth of data.
Are you right, Myth? You grimaced.
It's a large amount of data to lose.
Have you installed an emotion chip, perhaps, Smith?
No. Pauses. But I may not need to. The very obvious, is trying to figure out words, which is not the thing you normally see from her.
Myth, I'm not in the medical department anymore, but I am a counselor, and I think you should speak with Efrix the next time you get a chance, and see about getting an appointment. It's when a species shows, shall I say, abnormal behavior for their species type, then it's usually recommended that that such persons get checked in on to make sure that everything's fine. Although, I guess in your case, I believe an engineer's involved as well. I'm not sure on the ethics of that, but I believe Dr. Ethics can figure that out with you. I'm not gonna. And she waves her hand. I'm not ordering you to. I can't, obviously, but I think it's in your best interest. This sort of confusion can be. Well, either it's incredibly helpful to you, or it's not, and I lack the experience as your counselor to really tell you, but
Yes, I hesitate merely because there was some degree of secrecy apparently involved in my creation, and more of it has come to light for me recently.
if nothing else, Myth, you should at least let your if you want to keep it as secret as possible. Speaking with Dr. Efrick's probably is the best bet because she's the squad doctor, but if you want to keep it a little more close to your chest, as it were, um, sorry, more secretive, then you may wish to uh, at least see the counselor on the plank, and one of your engineers shakes her head. I'm not sure on the protocols on this, but
They are rather non-existent, I'm afraid.
oh, okay. I thought I was just rusty.
The Federation law on synthetic life has lagged somewhat.
The speed of bureaucracy. Most advanced government in the galaxy, and we still can't figure things like that out.
No, but at least we take time to deliberate our actions. There are advantages to such a bureaucratic system as well.
True. All right. Well, this is my stop, Commander. She nods.
Thank you, Commander.
And I'm missing somebody. There you are. Boop. So, different music because we're in a different place. So yes, you have entered into your downtime area where you can start sorting out the various problems. Nothing, no great fires, but you need to. You've learned that there's a lot that needs doing, and running a squadron is not an easy thing to do.
You don't say.
Is it bad that I've honestly forgotten all the shit I have to have Pen do?
Oh.
Well, I mean, and now Grennan can help take some of that off your hands.
No, I've literally forgotten everything I've had Pen building up to do.
Gone. You know how that goes. Sometimes it's just like mind goes blank.
Mind empty, no thoughts, lost in the sea.
Uh-huh.
Well, we'll deal with the things that we know you. Quick question: do you still? And actually, I'm going to pull to the strat map here for a second. So you currently still have the Bellatrix and Talin with the mercenary company doing resource transfers to Starburst Aegis. Do you want them to continue what they're doing?
The question is, do we need to?
And does Aegis require further resource?
It does. It's built enough that it works, but it's still being brought to full operating capacity. So they can work on their own for now. They have their own ships and stuff, but any extra help the fleet can give them would be appreciated, just to speed up their development.
Yeah, it's why they had to rely on like the Ganymede to do a diplomatic mission for them.
I think we can still spare that assistance probably then.
Yeah, like I said, more than likely we'll be designating actual starships to do different jobs.
Mission New London is still on standby, and a heads up to everyone here for the Tiger Squadron. That mission will fire at some point. But they're working on that. Still basically gathering intelligence data and making sure that when they do grab the officer, they can.
Civilian.
Huh?
Isn't Mao Mao a
Yeah.
civilian?
She is. Well, corporate officer as in like a corporate
okay.
person who is, yeah, as opposed to just a corporate like line person, like a regular person. Sorry, company talk for me there.
I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, when did it become?
Um. So yeah, they're just making sure that they can grab her, and they have like airtight evidence and an airtight tactical plan to hit them. Ideally, they're gonna try to get someone to help a starship to help them, but they know where she is, so they're waiting for the best moment to grab her without having to have like a shootout or having to break into the building and stuff like that. Also, listening in on her data on her transmissions because they're sitting right there, so more or less.
I also see another subsection.
Yep. Do I have that? Yep. So the diplomatic project Peugeot is an ongoing project that you have that relates to anything to do with the Ganymede and the Gungnir, and if you're moving any ships out to deal with that.
I mean,
And you have the continuing mission from the 10th Fleet to 10th Expeditionary Fleet, I should say, for exploring the neighboring sectors.
honestly, I'd love to put for us to do that.
I was doing it.
I think
I made some
maybe
progress.
once we've got the plank repaired, she can take on some of that sector exploration duty. But that's going to be a little bit.
I mean,
So
oh, go on.
go ahead.
Well, no, as it stands, like the Kismet's still functional, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, but it gives us fine.
So if Grennan finishes some of his things off, like I said, at this stage, Pendy's just resigned to do paperwork until he has to go confront Steel Prince or like the meeting. Maybe assign the Kismet, Grennan, and others to Peugeot to assist Adler.
Also doing that maybe that first run to the Chigo humanitarian relief thing.
Well, yeah, because if we can get like even like say basic repairs to the Achilles, I don't even think the Achilles truly needs repairs. It would be nice.
It
Yeah.
could probably leave Doc and do stuff, but
Yeah,
yeah.
have the Achilles do the stuff for the Chigoans, just dropping off humanitarian supplies.
Well, that's the thing. That's the bit I'm about to check in with on. That I definitely was going to check in with was if anyone was leading the repairs, because those speeds are just the normal repair speeds of a station. But if an officer is like expediting it, you can do a roll, and depending how well the roll does, you can get it done way faster. Just because there's a senior officer supervising and expediting everything, so it's like because otherwise it's like they have to send the request for like parts or extra personnel through the chain of command until it gets all the way to right, and then right says okay, and then it percolates down. But if a senior officer is just there, they can just get stuff themselves a lot faster than the regular repair engineers on the station can do.
Brennan, were you going to do anything with that? If not, I can.
With the computer core.
With supervising maintenance on or supervising repairs on the ships.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we get
the thing
Achilles
I
out
want-
fast, then we can just send it somewhere to do supply runs.
Yeah. Because I think I mean the Achilles is just sort of general repairs, right?
It has 5 breaches. There are systems that are damaged.
Right, but there's no
4 breaches.
one particular system that's like. There's no one particular system that needs like complete
No.
overhaul like the plank does.
Give me, somebody give me Insight Command difficulty 1.
I'll do that.
Law focus applies.
Sure.
There you go.
3 momentum on the table.
Well, get them off the table. Put them back in the game. Freaking jeez. Trying to run a game.
Jeez, man.
God. You recognize that although you practically can send the ship out, it would be construed as needlessly reckless to send out a ship in peacetime that has breaches.
Yeah, yeah. So, not doing that.
Just I'd warn you. I'm like, wait, I'm not warning you for free. You're doing a roll.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's just one. It's just one. It's just increases the difficulty of your rep check later by 1. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing bad could happen.
Well, the thing is, it
So
comes
then,
down
yeah.
to we don't know how many turns or how many rolls we're getting at this stage and deploying. So it's trying to allocate who to what.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if Grennan was going to do that or not.
Yeah, I think I was gonna see about organizing repairs on the ships. One of the specific things that I had suggested was seeing about um getting a new top of the line computer system for the plank.
So you're going to
To
supervise the repairs on the plank.
yeah.
Okay. Who's
As a
supervising
push-up.
repairs on the Achilles, if at all? Because I will, as much as I gave that big warning, that was just me giving a mechanical warning of like that's a ding. That's you're gonna get a diff increase later.
I mean,
But you
also,
can, as the commanding officers, go. You know what? It's too important. We're going. Like in theory, you could send the plank out. It's not a great idea, and if it blows up, you're gonna get really reamed. But sometimes the fleet needs you to run with the broken leg. It sucks, but sometimes you do.
also diplomatically sending out a damaged ship is not the best look.
Sure, I'll supervise Achilles repairs. I guess seems a little backwards.
You can assist with Grennan if you wanted.
No, I think we should split our efforts here and
You
try
don't
and
want
get
me
both ships
managing
back on their feet.
repairs. I can tell you that.
Okay, so we know what those two are up to. We'll do the rolls in a second. I'm just figuring out what everyone's doing on the day 1, or the first week, as it were. So we know what Mayor Benham, Grennan, and Myth are up to. What are Pend and Varder up to?
Well, I think Pend is talking with Admiralty, getting the go-aheads for different things, including kind of like forgiveness for the Adler thing, more less than permission.
Yeah.
But primarily
Hey,
just
center, don't
yeah.
be mad.
But you know what I mean? I'm primarily just getting all the paperwork in order because it needs to be done.
Housekeeping.
Basically, that's going to be Pen for a lot of these roles.
Varder.
Do I have anything particularly outstanding? I don't think so.
Beyond the security bulletins I've already given you, there's nothing new to tell you yet, because at current start date, there's stuff that'll happen later, but
I don't think there's a security bulletin I could do right now.
Oh, you are informed from the by an assistant of Captain Pend that Adler is a civil security asset who's being deployed to set up a forward operation base for her efforts to assist the Federation in intelligence efforts in the region. This is all like
It's probably like
encrypted.
Under the supervision of who?
Yeah. And you're being informed because, well, you're the intelligence officer. It's probably one of the first things Penn does is paperwork. Oh, yeah, I should probably send a letter to Varder letting him know that she's an intelligence operative. Please don't let your agents grab her. She's supposed to be doing what she's doing.
It's probably then followed by let me send that out, get a reply back. I was just about to do that. Like, oh, good. But if I don't have anything particular, I might do some midnight stuff. If I have nothing outstanding in terms of Starfleet security, they're here and have said they need help. So
Midnight work.
plus, generally that means nothing's going to come up and surprise us later, hopefully.
Oh, there is one thing, although I don't think you're doing it, but at some point, Gas needs to get his test done. It's not a thing that needs to be done on day 1, but it is at some point for the end of the month. Otherwise, he's not going to be flight certified anymore.
I mean, he is an engineer now, but
Oh,
he
true.
probably wants to keep that.
I'm not flight certified. You guys made me fly a shuttle.
That's true.
Oh, he's been moved as the engineer to the DSC. Oh, he's
Yeah.
mislabeled then. Sorry, it's not Wittergast that gets the training then, because he wouldn't need to be. Because flight certified in my head is a flight department pilot who is known as a person you grab for maneuvers and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we have a dedicated con officer for the station.
In that case, you need to train somebody. Wittergast probably points out, yeah, supposed to get. I'm not getting recertified because I'm getting my engineer certification. So, we need somebody else.
I know how to deal with that on a different role.
Okay. So never mind about that flight thing from earlier. I looked at the thing I random rolled from the con table.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he was our first con officer who went into engineering, so he's now the engineer.
Actually, in that case, it falls on Shashrir. Because it was going to be one of your pilots, and I forgot that he was not. He's of the engineering department. That's flight.
She's technically a pilot, yeah.
I mean, the thing that I was thinking of is one of the roles I was thinking about doing is for crew transfers, or maybe it could have been me hiring a station con officer along with any new security officers or anything.
Okay. I don't follow.
Like to fill the void of a con officer for the station.
Oh.
Transferring people.
Yeah, just do like paperwork for transfers for a role type of thing.
Okay. And actually, on the back of that, you could create another supporting character in the con department.
Yeah, that's basically what I was getting to. But it'll take up a role for creating that,
Good
and
idea.
if other people wanted to add different crews for different things.
That this makes a good reason for the Tenchi transfer.
Yeah, kind of. I'm trying!
You are.
Light officer.
Yes, Pend, you are trying.
I mean,
This
I'm
is
also
how we
trying
get
to
another
get people's
cation
names.
on the station for Grennan's detriment.
Oh, it's a female one, so it's even worse.
Yeah.
So Grennan, we'll start off with your role
With ginger brown hair.
with copper hair.
That's a probably more accurate description, yeah.
No, not another copper-haired person.
What?
VM's rolled copper-haired people on the Monday game for like half of all the randomly rolled people. It seems like.
What?
Don't worry about it.
And you know what? I'll pick on you a little bit.
I don't actually have access to that sheet anymore.
Well, I'm sure you have a basic memory of what she had.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just archived rather than deleted, I'd assume.
Who?
Sarissa.
Sarissa? Yeah, she's probably archived one. Oh yeah, you were moving over, weren't you? What was her rank again? Lieutenant?
Lieutenant.
Yep, there she is. Boop. She probably. Where'd she pop in? There she is. I'll scroll her up. I'll just put her here for now, just as a holder. So yeah, Grennan, you're looking at command or difficulty 4 to expedite the repairs and also get a experimental computer core.
Did you say presence command?
Yep. You can do
Okay.
presence command or engineering.
Yeah,
Either you're expediting the actual logistics or you're expediting the work. Work on this first, not that.
Team dynamics.
Yep.
Okay, I'm spending all 3 of our momentum for 4 dice. And I get a reroll.
Oh, son of a...
Mm-hmm.
A token has just decided to stay in the middle of the fucking screen.
I can't see it, so
No, it's like when you drag it out from the momentum. Sometimes it just likes to say large and in the middle of the screen and not delete.
oh, I don't see. Yeah, that's your problem. Have fun with that.
Yeah, Haggard gets it as well.
It happens. It's a Roll20 problem that happens when you're messing with the tokens.
never had
You'll
it.
freeze on your end.
Yeah, but you're not messing with the bloody momentum and threat.
I have.
Stop that. Stop messing with it.
No.
Can anyone hear me?
No.
Yeah, we're just ignoring you.
Oh,
Well, no, I actually, if you've been saying stuff for the last while,
I
yeah.
think we heard you say, "Can you hear me?" But that was about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I generated 3 momentum.
Yeah. So succeeding at all removes 2 days from the repair time. For each additional momentum you spend, that reduces an additional day.
What do you guys think?
I mean,
It was how many days?
Yeah, I think it was like, what, 13 days?
13 days, and you've knocked
I
it
just
down
removed-
to
That puts it to
11
11.
days.
Maybe spend 2 momentum?
Get it down to 9.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
What the?
Hmm?
Wait, you can do that?
You
How'd you do that?
when you mouse over the thing, you press a number key, and it will enter a number on the thing.
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
You just freaked the DM the fuck out.
Black magic.
Pew.
You can't go.
Oh!
You can't do numbers over 10, but
It's still useful.
Neat. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was a thing.
That's super cool.
so you
I
could
also
actually
didn't
just
know-
number your baddies with a single icon and an actual number.
I'm totally gonna do that next time. Dang, I didn't know that was a feature.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, that way
Huh.
all the Romulans can be like all
That's
have
like-
green, and it's just green 1.
Yeah,
green
that's
2.
how I keep track of my grenades in a different game.
Oh.
It's actually you
Oh.
could do that in this one when you've got a belt. That's just
Yeah.
All right. So that was Grennan is spending time expediting that. Now to Captain Pend. Oh wait, no, Myth. We'll do it in rank. Why not? Captain Pend, you wanted to do a roll regarding the certain paperwork.
Yes, about where people are being sent, getting permission to do things.
Anything in particular you want to focus on? Any put it another way, is there any particular advantage you're hoping to create here?
Well, considering what we are dealing with the Goans, is it possible that I could create an advantage of maybe expedited resources?
We'll call that control
Being
or
posted
presence
first class.
plus-
Like, stop pissing around, you bunch of bureaucrats, and give me what I need?
worded more politely or no?
I can't decide.
Depends how cooperative they are.
But yeah. Would you allow the commanding presence trait to help?
Yeah, you're attracting attention. You're kind of pushing through the other requests that almost every other station in the Federation has. Like, I'm important. Give me supplies. No, I'm important. No, I'm important. I need this. Like, oh, okay. Well, we'll read his thing first.
Would you accept either negotiation or strategy and tactics? Because this is still kind of part of Penn's strategy, because the sooner we deal with the Chigoans, the quicker I can use that against the Quaqua.
If you use strategy and tactics, you could use security instead. Negotiation would be command.
Yeah, I'll go strategy and tactics, that's even better for me.
as you start pointing out, like, because it's more along the lines of the strategy, but also saying, hey, I know this area doesn't need the things that they have right now, so they can afford to send it to this person, that person. So you're kind of doing some of the logistic work for them. Like, oh well, hell yeah, you're right. We can totally send this over to you. Thanks for. Of course, it's going to go faster now. You helped us.
Well, I'm going to roll 3 challenge dice to see how many threat you get, GM.
Roger.
You get 1.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Holy shit.
I'm not used to being starved from those. Darn.
Yeah, just I'll say I'm not used to being successful with this roll.
The one time it paid off for me, where I got 6 icons and I was like, hey.
I mean, I technically have a re-roll, but I'm not chancing it with such a good roll.
Come on, re-roll one of those 2s. Crit fail.
I'd prefer not to.
Oh, alright then. If you insist.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to get a midnight power out of this.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be succeeding anyway, so.
So yes, you've created the advantage that supplies on you a lot faster than they would have been. So basically, they can't do the big caravans that the Federation can do, because if the Federation wants to supply a planet of billions of people, it can. It's a massive interstellar organization. But it's like that takes time, and the bureaucracy gears need to grind a little. You've kind of made some efforts to go, hey, you can move this there and that there, and then like 1 or 2 ships can start heading this way ahead of everybody else. Or
up or
what?
No, he's fine.
It is
Oh,
you who's
weird.
breaking up.
Awesome.
Okay, so yes, basically you're having some Federation civil freighters kind of go on their own, or like with their own little small squadrons of freighters heading your way. The occasional like 1 or 2 roaming Starfleet vessels are like, hey, well, we're not doing anything right now, and we could totally do a quick buzz over to Shosku and grab some supplies just to help out. Like, oh, okay, it's not a massive amount of supplies, but at least you're getting some of them earlier than you would have otherwise.
I'll take it.
Which also means they can move personnel, because some Starfleet vessels are bringing along. Usually don't want to move large amounts of Starfleet people on non-Starfleet ships, just for security reasons. But depending on the officer, some people, if they're like enlisted, they might be like, yeah, I'm not going to be kidnapped by enemy forces anytime soon. Don't worry about it.
Hey, again, still better than nothing.
Yeah. Commander Myth. Oh, and the last thing before I forget, sorry. I will note this to the Ganymede and the Gungnir, that they can act as of a certain start date, they can act as if they have anything to do with moving supplies to Shosku, it's going to be easier because there's already stuff heading this way. So yeah, Myth, you are on expedite duty on the Achilles.
Yep.
So how are you going to blow it up with Pandora? I'm just wondering.
So I'm going to rig the reactor to explode, I think. That's probably the best bet. But I'm going to tie it to a specific biometric scan based off of a transporter thing. So.
I mean, you joke, but are you confident that would actually work?
No, that's why I'm going to have multiple redundancies. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, you still have to roll pretty fucking high to make that happen.
You're looking at Presence Commander Engineering difficulty 4. The higher difficulty is based on the fact that the Achilles is damaged in very novel ways, and some of the ablative armor is kind of bent in. So now it's a matter of getting these very durable, energy-resistant plating and prying it off the ship and getting it all sorted out. It's an extra level of mess. It's like, yay, these things are harder to hurt. They're also harder to repair.
The ablative armor was damaged but not destroyed. Oh, that means we have to burn off some of the ablative armor now. Alright. I'll take Presence Engineering, 1 threat, 2 momentum. Focus in Starfleet protocols for getting repairs done.
Sure.
Alright.
Smack it with a hammer. No.
Eh. Rerolling a 19. All right. We get 1 momentum back.
So you've knocked off 2 days just from
Mhm.
succeeding.
I'll spend reduce that down by another 2.
Okay, so you spend 2 of your resources, and boop, it is fully repaired before the end of the day. As it's just as you find out, it's just a matter of just get a lot of people with torches. Look, hey, security guys, it's not hard. You don't have to do no complicated engineering thing. Aim this, pull trigger, and keep doing it till it comes off.
Yeah.
It's like,
For more
that's it.
people
Wow,
at it.
engineering's easy. No, you're not the one who has new ones on.
This is aggressive demolitions
Yeah.
on a ship.
And then we have a Varder.
Yes, hi, I'm here.
We'll forget about you now. No.
That's fine. Intelligence officer, that's what's supposed to happen.
I'm going to. Wolfgang's gonna send you on some. Have you check over some of the reports. He's not gonna send you on a mission or anything because he knows that you're doing stuff here on the station and you have intelligence work to worry about. But he basically has you help him in the office at the corner to look through reports, see if there's anything that he needs to send people out for. And since you play in my Monday game, Barter, you know kind of how his job works. So this is just the more futuristic version of what he does. It's like, oh, well, what I do, and this is why here's all the different sections I have to talk to, and this guy's dealing with that. No, we don't send ships out to them. They're supposed to deal with it themselves. But we're just kind of trying to make sure they have what they need. So you're kind of helping him administrate that part of it. So it is control, but difficulty. Actually, considering the episode, control or insight. Plus command or security. Difficulty 5 to see if there's anything particular note that you as an intelligence officer of Starfleet should be aware of and that you can actually share out. There's a lot of the stuff where like, hey, this looks super interesting. Oh, I really shouldn't say anything about that.
Uh-huh.
Like, why shouldn't I share this? That's Romulan stuff, and we're trying not to betray our Romulan friends. They're already in danger enough as it is. Don't make their lives harder.
Chain of command focus?
Yep.
Because I am in this chain of command. Oh, that's useful. Okay.
And I'll note to you that Adler is not part of the. She's a ongoing person of interest as far as the watch is concerned.
Oh, lovely. That makes some things easier. Okay. Should I?
Her membership is basically suspended until she's squared away with the Federation regarding her crimes.
What's the worst that can happen? Well, I know what the worst that can happen is, but okay, that's not the worst. Not quite the worst, but close enough. So you get 5. And slap the yeet. Okay.
You have yeeted.
I have yote.
That's correct. 10
7, 7, 8. Okay.
During your reports, a lot of the stuff you're basically, as I said, it's stuff that the player know now. The character knows how the watch operates on a day-to-day basis on the high level scale. And it's almost like running an admiralty office or an intelligence office, and Wartburg runs it like one. He runs it like it's with older style Starfleet intelligence methods, but it all works for him. So there's people in Romulan space, people in Klingon space. I'll note, actually, one thing you learn as part of all this. One thing is that in Klingon space, apparently, there's a thing known that the Klingons call, and it translates into a star of death. Apparently, there was shortly after the planetfall disaster, House of Gitta had recovered a bunch of red Cowcat crystals and treated with it to the point that it became a small moon of red crystal that helped them fight in their wars. So the Watch was like, "That's interesting."
Horrifying. Horrifying.
Yeah. Apparently, there were some conflicts over there involving various Cowcat crystals, which the Watch, unfortunately, wasn't able to really insert themselves in very early on. This was like years ago, as far as we're in our timeline. But like,
But we can cross-check that Death Moon with the one that the giant Calcut ship that the Tenchi had to deal with. Because I have reports on those.
yeah, this one seems to be unique to it, and it seemed to have a particular attachment to the Klingon people and tended to take on various Klingon tendencies. It vanished along with the rest of them when the Kashoans basically vanished from the universe. But that's still something that does mean that a lot of Klingons in that region of space were exposed to psionic entities and may have imbued powers to them or increase their Esper rating. So it's one of those things where the Watch is trying to get people out there, but we don't really have anyone who really talks to them. And the last person who had all the connections out that way was Adler. And they really don't want to tap her as a resource. They're like, no, we're good. We'll figure out. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this differently. So that's kind of an ongoing project that Wolfgang's working on, trying to get an in to them without. The Empire isn't unfriendly to the Watch, but it's not a Klingon organization. So
yeah, I do have favors from Klingons though, specifically one in House Rasa, which is under House of Subguta, and as a scientist.
Yeah, if you want to call in that favor, you can give that to the Watch as an in for them to get into the to get into Rasa at the very least, and then maybe the Subguta that way.
Yeah, and Rasa's the scientist boys anyway, so.
Oh, apparently Rasa, by the way, has been doing a lot of experimental work on the Kashoans back then, and seems to be this was something that wasn't really known during the Cowcat crisis, but a lot of the research regarding how to weaponize Cowcat and or turn them into engine parts and stuff like that in the Klingon Empire are sourced from House Rasa. She didn't implement them; she just did the research, and then other people took it and used it.
So that's actually a particularly useful source then for the Watch. Yeah, we'll toss that to them.
Second thing you learn is that the Watch is aware of Myth, and they are Myth is an ongoing operation, shall we say, because of her unique situation. And it's not like they consider her a threat. It's like, no, she's considered a protected person. We're supposed to watch out for her. Even though she's a member, it's like, well, yeah, but we need to be careful because there are people who would do her harm because of what she is. Mm-hmm. So you can see that there's actually a section be assigned to watching Myth and checking in on her, making sure she's not being attacked. Like not like stalking her, but more of a it's more not stalking her, but watching for stalkers of her. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then there's actually a few counter stalking. And there's at least 2 incidents in the last few months where certain persons were intercepted by a section of people and told go somewhere else. Where? I don't care. Just somewhere else. not in that direction.
Okay.
And the last thing you learn is it isn't that Pend, surprisingly. No. You've been friendly with the Watch. He doesn't have a reason, and you're not hostile to psychics. So, actually, if anything, you've been helping the Watch. So it's like, yeah, just he's good. Don't upset the local government, all right? Seems like a good. Well, good is relative, but anyway. One thing that catches your attention, not so much the captain's attention on this, but you as an intelligence officer and your experience as a Bajoran resistance fighter and stuff, you start reading between the lines a little bit, and you notice there's some weird activity that the Woohoo are talking about coming from the Quaqua. According to some reports, it's not even like agents of the watch reporting things. It's more of reporting something they observed. They're reporting what they were told by Woohoo people. Apparently, in the I'm gonna type this out because I'm gonna have a hard time saying it.
If you have a hard time, how the fuck are we supposed to manage?
Question.
Tough nuts.
Is that just bless you but spelled wrong?
Quefahu.
Gesundheit.
It is, and this one's not really in the Quefahu and the Trafli. There are reports of the agents aren't really sure how to describe it. It's the stars are wrong. And they look at them and they did some astronavigational checks. No, the stars are where they are. Nothing's happened. They check with the local starport authority and go, hey, is there like any navigation concerns you need to worry about? Is there some new warp tests that are being done? They're like, no, everything's where it's supposed to be. I mean, there's this ion storm and that ion storm, but that's normal. Okay. But it is something that you picked up that sounds like something that people are sensing something empathically coming from the direction of the Qualcomm Principality. Like they're looking out into the night sky and they're feeling something in that direction. But surprisingly, the Midnight Watch agents aren't sensing it. But you picked up on it.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, yeah, that is probably worth mentioning, though I'm sure Wartburg loves having another headache. Just As far as something out of place, I mean, the Quaqua aren't particularly known for psionics. Although, I have my suspicions about Star Captain Koshi.
I read those reports as well. According to what data we have on the Quaqua, they do have a sonic link with, or the different genders actually have like links to their planets with the non-sapient life forms through the animals and plant life.
Of course.
Hence why the males of their species tend not to do very well off planet, and the females do perfectly fine. They can live. Basically it's people who can hold their breath underwater and people who can't, is how one of our researchers put it. But they don't really know that. We kind of figured that out, but we haven't seen they are a sonic people technically for that reason. But then again, Bajorans have a particular connection with the wormhole and the celestial temple. Humans have an attachment to their homelands. It's a natural empathetic connection you have. They just have it to the point that it's a physiological reaction.
If enough Quaqua on a planet were to have the same sort of either thing affecting them or to all have the same thought, essentially, would that be something that could be responsible? Like, I'm not the most experienced one with this, but
it's possible. If you sonic powers can be sort of how much fire you have on your person. If you have a everyone has a little lighter, a little match or lamp that they walk around with because you're sentient. You can't help but be somewhat psychic to a lesser degree. It's how you're empathic. It's how you know how people feel. But at a certain point, if you banded together somehow, everyone's fire into one direct area, then that area gets very warm. Doesn't matter how weak that fire is, put it all in the same place. It has an effect. Now, usually if it's a below Esper rating of 100, the most you get is warm feelings and that fuzzy feeling in your chest that you're cared about, that sort of thing. But like at a higher level, when you get closer to 100, you can actually start having some effect. Though what effect that would have, I don't know. We don't know enough about the Quaqua Principality's sonic history. What little we've been able to read about them, they don't even know they're sonic at all. To them, it's just the way they are. It's the natural order of things. Men stay on planets, women go to stars. Women are braver, men are more administrative. He waves his hand. Silly divisions of their people. I mean, it has a physiological reasoning, but they've never bothered to actually research why it's the way it is.
This is something I might try to look more into when I've got time, because that's unusual.
I'd love to send a section out there, but with right now, from what I've heard from rumblings of my friends in Starfleet and Federation, I get the feeling that we might be going to, well, war is not the right word, but we're going into a diplomatic conflict with them in the next few days, if not month. So I'm not keen on sending out any humans or Federation species out that way, and we've had a hard time recruiting. We haven't really recruited anyone of the Quaqua, and I'm hesitant to try to recruit a Wuxo or Staffy because that's basically attracting the Quaqua's attention. The alternative is saying woohoo there, but problem is he gestures to himself. They're humans, so kind of gives up the game.
Let's see, I've got some favors, actually quite a few favors with the crew of the Larira, so mainly the command staff of Larira, so if there's anything going on that they know about that can be shared, I might be able to find something out.
I'll do what you can. Just be careful. We don't want them to. Our tenets extend to friendly alien species as well.
I would hope so. Says Bajoran. Yeah, no, that's definitely I would hope so. Standing here as a friendly alien compared to humans.
Well, in its earlier foundations, we didn't really know that there was life other than us. So it's a rule that surprisingly was never updated. My foundation of it in the interstellar community.
Mm-hmm.
Although we had to limit it to friendly alien species, since it turns out that certain species, like the Borg, for example, tend to be a force that we need to worry about. But then again, they are of alien species. They're not really their own species.
Tholians. Beware of Tholians.
Yeah.
I get the general idea.
Yeah.
I'll
So-
see what I can do. If I could actually have that, I've got the names of the things. I just forgot the things the names of again. Is that the stars in particular?
Those are the star systems, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I realize I need to make a different file for stuff because I've got so much in the one.
So going around the table once more.
They're the ones that are seeming changed, but are not.
A new scene as another week of work comes by. Although, mind you, Myth has a few extra days to herself because she got her thing done way earlier. So if there's anything extra you wanted to do in your first week.
I mean, go and talk to Efrix, but can't yet.
You've also always got the fancy cloak thing that I told you about.
Right, yeah, I need to look into that. I can do that currently.
Fancy cloak thing?
The Rasta cloak.
Oh,
Mm,
Yeah, that. The very dangerous cloak.
looking into detection methods and tracking, I think.
I almost typed the wrong thing. I have two game systems in my head.
The very, very classified Rasta cloak.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, this is a project that I'm doing, like, on my own, not with crew right now.
And I mean, to be fair, we know that group is coming to our mission area, so kind of important.
Yeah, that's why we get to know about the very, very classified thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am permitted to share when becomes relevant, but at the moment, it's not particularly relevant.
So you're looking at an extended task. Uh, um, you spent one interval. So of the 30 intervals you have to do, you spent one of it because you were repairing that ship. Very difficult task because it's basically cutting edge technology. And it's not like you can ask the Klingons for data. Like, hey, could you tell us how that works? How do you even know about it?
Mm-hmm. I know we have like a schematic, but
Yeah, what intelligence was able to find out? It's like, yeah, we found out about this. Babe, don't tell people we got this.
yeah.
We're not supposed to know about this. So yeah, work 15, mag 5, magnitude 5, resistance of 2, difficulty 5. You have 30 intervals before you basically run out of time to bother researching it because you'll be busy with something else at that point.
All right.
And once you hit interval 7, that's when we're going to check on else because that's when the first week's over.
Gotcha. Now, what discipline stuff is used here?
I would say in at least the first roll, reason plus engineering to figure out to understand exactly how this works. It's like you've read the summary. It's like, okay, now how is it like down to the tax? How does it work?
Yep.
Down to the
I
nuts and
sent
bolts,
you the
rather.
appropriate files on that.
Let's see. I'll give you 3 threat. Here.
Shall I say, do you have any traits that you could possibly use?
Yeah. Just want to have dice first. I'd like to use analytical here.
Okay. Spend 2 threat to counter analytical with the fact that Jo Rasa is a very. She takes her notes. Annoyingly, though, she takes a lot of notes. Some of them rather extraneous. Unfortunately, some of there's actual like data laced in with it. You won't for a second you think it's cryptography or something. No, she's just messy and disorganized, but somehow it works for her.
Okay. Yeah, no. Makes sense. All right, I'm rolling 4 then. Uh, So that's 3 hits right now. Oh, a focus in Xenotech, by the way. 'Cause I was pretty sure that would apply.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Um, 3 hits right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take my bold reroll, rerolling at 20. Ah. Okay. Spending towards the value. Solutions like problems are limitless.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Rerolling 2. Wow. I'm not rolling well tonight.
No.
That's 4 hits. It's not 5 hits.
Does the station help?
If
don't
she's
think
using the
so.
station computers to do this, or any of the ships.
Yeah, or a ship.
You
Probably
can't
not the
use
plane
right
because the
now.
computer can't help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it'd be like computers plus engineering. That's how it would. So you could use
Yeah.
computers engineering of the Arcania, Achilles, or Kismet because you can just walk over to them.
Well, the Achilles has an 11 for that if it helps.
What's the Arcania have?
Computers, drinks, hockey rinks.
Right. Here's engineering of 12 there for the Arcania. Yeah, I'll be using the kind of like the backup systems that have been set aside for the plank. I guess.
Okay.
On the Arcania.
How dare you? Taking the help of a fellow officer. Jeez. How rude.
Yeah. I know. It's truly terrible. Hey,
Clank coming in clutch.
Arcania coming in clutch.
Sorry, yeah, Arcania. Whoops. Yeah. Station.
Computer being helpful.
Give me 6
Alright.
challenge dice, please. Making this hard, apparently.
Challenge dice. And I have vicious on this. Uh-huh. Thanks, dice. I really shouldn't be rolling tonight. Really should. Last night I was rolling great. The dice were like, you've had your moment in the sun. Now you're rolling terribly.
Now suffer.
Yeah. All right. I'll spend that momentum to reroll 4 here.
Okay.
8. 8 with resist 2. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything about the resist there. Just
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. Oh wait, those are twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8. Yeah. 8 minus 2, so 6 work.
yep, 6 work.
You have at least 1 breakthrough. You've determined the breakthrough amounts to. All right, you figured out what's just her rambling about her favorite type of batleth and how, no, seriously, guys, we could put disruptors on the end of batleths and swing them at people, then they'll shoot and stab.
Oh God.
Oh,
they're-
this woman sounds amazing.
Thankfully for the Empire, her been able to persuade her from doing any too crazy projects that waste the house's time.
What if we shaped a bird of prey like a batleth and stabbed people with ships?
a blade of armor but on the tip so we can just turn and ram into people? Ross, could you like work on like the cloaking thing that you've been working? Oh yeah, I suppose.
And then she's like, ooh, but what if we had a cloaked ship that could also ram?
So you've been able to set aside all the data so you can actually just sit there and go, okay, here's all the stuff related to the stupid cloak.
Got it. So it's the Starfleet Corps of Engineers, but Klingon.
I know.
Gonna burn away some of your work because she is, if nothing else, prolific in her writing. You have spent 3 of your 30 intervals.
All right. Given how I'm rolling tonight, take 3 more threat.
Sure.
Now, because this is a separate roll, can I leverage analytical again?
It is, and I have to spend again to stop you. And I'll up the difficulty to 5.
All right.
Making the game out burn
It's threat back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All right, rolling 4 here. We'll see if this time's any better. Slightly better. Re-rolling 1. Hey, much better. 7 hits.
And the station.
And the station, yes. Station does indeed continue to help even when I succeed. The station does not continue to help when I succeed. I was wrong.
It tried.
Did
Yeah.
its best.
Thomas, the Deep Space Station.
What?
Don't mind me.
Thomas the Tank.
I don't know
joke.
why that gave me like a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer jingle of Thomas the Deep
Thomas the-
Space Station.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, damn it.
I know! That's why I'm saying I don't know
It's an
why it
entirely
gave me
different
that jingle. I said it didn't make sense.
Oh, God.
That's just the GM trying to throw you off.
Throw you off your rhythm.
Oh, fantastic. 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm happy with 7. I think, yeah, it's another breakthrough.
So 2, so 5.
I think really I'm tracking breakthroughs, not work here. So
Yeah, because he can buy off work. He can't buy off magnitude.
mm-hmm.
Your next breakthrough illuminates that this technology seemed to have been sourced from, is derived from Romulan cloaking technology, and they were doing this new. They're basically trying to mix phasing technology with regular Romulan cloaking technology. It wasn't quite working, and then Ross had found that information, cough cough, and did her own weird Rasa spin on it because that's the way she is, and she found a way to work to layer on top of that and make her thing, which also means that the Romulan Star Empire, and it's you would surmise that the Romulans might consider this their technology, but
I mean, they consider all cloaking to be their technology.
yeah.
Which is funny because the Kismet learned that the Romulans technically stole it.
Yeah.
So you're up to 5 of your intervals. Gonna burn away some work. And gonna bring the difficulty back up to 5. Or 5. Brought down to 4 because of analytical. Because I can't spend it further than that.
Let's do this dance again for
2 and 1.
3. No, I'm gonna hold on to our thing.
All right.
3 more threat. Any momentum. We get 2 momentum.
And station.
And the station assists. We get 3 momentum. Spending to re-roll those there. God, no, computer, I don't want to look at the weather right now.
Are you sure? It's lovely outside.
Says you.
No, it's not.
Oh man, weather reports on planets would take so long. Here's the Planetary Weather Network. God.
Oh.
Now to check in on every time zone of the entire.
Yeah, be a lot.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Right.
6, 7, 8. So it's 6 right now.
Yep, 6.
On your 3rd breakthrough, and you're at your 7, so we're going to be checking on other people here.
Yep.
You discover that one way that she improved her wild-brained idea to improve cloaking was to basically change how ships are built. because that's a simple thing to do.
Huh.
So she found out this new material called shoot, I'm the one who came up with it.
Unobtainium.
Well, it isn't an obtainium, but that's most Star Trek stuff.
Except for some of the stuff that's just like blatantly not what it says it is. Dilithium crystals.
Ah, yes, quartz.
Uh-huh.
Lords.
Didn't they describe how it was made and it was basically just quartz?
Yeah.
So she's made plates of ships into refined high-grade absorbent pyrosteel. Pyrosteel is a material that's usually used in fire resistant boxes. So if you want something not to catch fire, you make it of pyrosteel. Most people, Durasteel does the job, and it's easier to work with. It's easier to make. Pyrosteel is more annoying, so it's only for very particular edge cases where like that's your number one concern is fire.
Because it's
Or
not like any more durable.
yeah, it's no more durable and it takes more effort to make. And the kind she's making is an absorbent pyrosteel, so it also retains the heat. And it has to be refined to a very high grade, so she requires a very particular source of high purity pyrite, not pyrite, but like the material that makes pyrosteel, and then she has to move that there. So what this means, to translate all that into something mechanical, is that her ships, when they're not cloaked, don't give off as much heat. They don't bleed as much heat out into space, so their energy signature is dampened. So they're kind of always kind of cloaking all the time because they're sensor resistant. And when they cloak, they're even harder. So the difficulty to detect most cloaked ships is around 4 or 5. 4 for most Klingon ships, 5 for Romulan ships, more or less. Hers are basically +2 harder.
Huh.
And if they're not cloaked, it's +2 on top of whatever sensor roll you to see them. Because your sensors will see, oh, it's just a bit of metal out there. It's not a starship. Starships give off a certain amount of heat, especially if they're that size, because that's how physics work. It's like, yeah, but this very expensive material. Not all ships have this, but her system is ideally melded with this tech, and that's how she makes up for the shortfall that the Romulans did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh no! I just saw the thing.
Yeah, AC out in the desert is not good.
Nope. So yes. Let us start with Captain Grennan. At least 2 days of your second week up. Not 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. I'm right. At least 2 days of your second week are eaten by just helping get the plank into fighting order. But after that, you have the rest of the week to yourself.
Grennan,
And you're
if you're
muted currently, Brennan.
muted. Do you want me to go until it decides he's no longer muted?
Sure. Note on here. Hold on. What did I say? Week -2. So, it works with that too. Oh my god. Sorry. Penned.
So
What are you up to?
the 3 things now I can think of is either ship deployments, the Asala thing, or transfers. So, which does everyone want me to do first? I'm actually thinking ship deployments. The sooner I get people out there, the better.
I think so. Or, well, the only thing is, if we want supports to be on different ships, we'd want to do the crew transfers first before deploying them.
Well, the crew transfer thing is mainly getting Sarissa on station and maybe creating a con NPC for the station.
Then yeah, I think deploying ships probably is the highest priority.
Oh, actually, that's right. You created another mission. Let me note that on the thing. Mission. Chigo resupply. Oh no. Chigo crisis. We'll just put it that way for shorthand, because we know what that means.
Are you back, Grennan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, in that case, we'll come back to you, because you're next up on the block. Because you basically burned through 2 days helping repair the plank, and you have basically 5 days of the second week.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm just thinking.
I mean, to be fair, if you've not got anything that you really want to do, I'm willing to just send you off on a mission.
I mean,
What do
honestly,
you
we are
suggest?
thinking about deploying.
What do you suggest?
Well, like I said, I've got 3 things I can do on station, but like I said, I've got those in hand. Yes, so if you want to go on board the Kismet, and depending on what Varda's doing, send you towards either Peugeot for the diplomatic stuff, or you get on board the Achilles and I send you towards the Chigoans to do like quick aid.
Hmm.
Which
I
would you
think
prefer?
I think my skills would probably be better used at Peugeot.
Okay. That's a case of what's Varda got planned?
I can make sure he lives.
Thank you. Well, I mean, is the stuff you're doing something you can do on the way as well?
I'm fairly certain I can do some questioning on that remotely, yeah. At the moment, the next thing I was going to do was see if any of the Quaqua crew of the Larira have heard any of these things and if they've got any ideas.
Okay.
And I can ask their command staff that remotely.
Then yeah, probably maybe Grennan take Varda and the Kismet with some hoplites to Peugeot.
So you're taking that Kismet over there?
Yeah.
Then so you two. So
I mean, really, because Grennan's action could just be like ship deployments.
Hmm.
Because that's technically he should be dictating who goes where.
He could, but you're basically the strategic officer right now, so. Which just means you make the choices and he looks at a piece of paper and goes, confirmed.
Pretty much.
So it's just the Kismet heading out with Grennan and.
And Varda, yeah. And specifically, again, they have a hoplite unit because I'm not sending Grennan out without security.
Does Kismet have a hoplite unit assigned to it? Or
It would, yes. Or if not, I would assign the Achilles's. Achilles's? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
One from the Achilles, yeah.
oh, it's not on the second sheet. Is
Because the Achilles doesn't have access to theirs, this one, but oh.
it? Oh, hoplite. I see it now. Sorry. throat's kind of stuck up here a bit.
That's fine.
Okay, so they don't. Forgot about the. I assume these breaches are old on the Kismet. What's with all these breaches? Oh,
Were we
yeah.
hit?
I think we
The
forgot
Kismet
about
hit?
this. Yeah, apparently Kismet is damaged. Because
Because the plank fired at it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right, you two go on the Achilles.
You could take the Achilles. It's working because no one's been. Well, the Kismet. We know the Kismet healed at least 7 of those. We know that. But
How
it's
did
not
we have?
1,
1,
3.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
yeah,
We
it's-
had 6. It's done.
Yeah, it's done. Okay, it's fully. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I just totally forgot Kismet was damaged until I started.
I mean, to be fair, we
yeah,
all
I
did.
did too.
Yeah.
So it's been 7 days plus the 3 that were reduced earlier from the plank.
Oh dear.
All right then. So yes, you are basically depriving the Achilles flight unit and giving it to the Kismet.
Once to really say depriving, but yeah.
All right, so that happens on this map, and to the strategic map to update that map, so I remember what everything is and what it's doing and why.
So many maps.
Boop, boop. I work way better with visuals than I do with writing everything out.
Oh, they're
Yes,
going to the
thought-
Peugeot.
I thought. Yeah, we were going for the Peugeot diplomatic project.
Nope. Oh,
Wrong way.
Wrong one.
oh,
That is New London. We're not.
we're going somewhere, guys.
Don't mind me.
We'll be
Um,
around.
There we go.
Lol.
Going round the world.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think the other deployments would be Achilles to Chico. Literally just to do aid supplies, nothing major. And do we
Does
want
anyone
to?
talk to the Chigo about us giving them aid? I'm pretty sure they'll accept it, but we should probably let them know.
I think
Probably what
that's
the Achilles is going to be doing.
yeah, that's going to be like part of what the Achilles / that's the Gungnir's problem as well.
The Achilles showing up as being like, "Yo, we're helping. Please do not resist."
Question-
It's a little aggressive for Starfleet.
It's the Achilles.
So the
Say hello
Achilles,
to our new heavy cruiser. It is fully armed and operational. We're here to help. Sorry, what?
Yeah.
And that fucking droid from Rogue One. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Hey, help comes in many ways.
We've come with agricultural assistance. You have tons and tons of phaser
And
banks. And?
Question is what are we deploying the plank to do?
Is Plank prepared yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
Then I guess Plank is probably going on exploration duty, right? Unless you want assistance with one of the other projects.
Well, I mean, you can. Are you still? Oh, yeah, you'll be able to continue your research on board the plank, won't you?
Yeah, it's kind of what the Plank's for.
So I'd leave that up to you. I'd probably ask if you could go on one of the 2 already available, but again, that's up to you where you wish to go with it.
Yeah, we can definitely accompany the Achilles for before splitting off to do the exploration then.
Okay.
Are you going along with the plank?
Yeah, I'll be going.
Doctor's busy dealing with her with various medical issues. All right, so
One of them is reading through medical journals going, how do I do therapy for an android again?
so with this deployment, takes you a day to cross the sector. Thanks, you guys are so darn fast.
Well, sorry.
Less than a day. So, boop. This is a weird thing to do, but this will work. So, You had 7 days. It takes you at least a day to get there, so we know. A week's work. No, that's right. I'm right. No, because sorry. Awake, I swear. -2. -1 more. Okay. It's 4. So you're able to get there to the Peugeot. I presume you're heading to the Peugeot system, right? There, Grennan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you do at the Peugeot system?
Well, first off, I want to sort of get a I want to get a feel for what the current diplomatic situation is at Peugeot.
Reason plus command or con, difficulty 3. This can be assisted with the computers plus command or con.
Okay. Gonna spend a momentum for a third die. Diplomacy focus.
Yeah, I take it.
Okay. Someone roll the ship.
One second.
The Kismet ship? Right, yes. Computers communication. No, wait. Those are... You. Nope.
Okay, so, Brennan, what you're able to discover the remaining 4 days is Peugeot is currently the planet itself. I'll give you both answers: one for the sector as a whole, starport authority, and also as the planet on its own. The planet on its own is as divided and contentious as it ever is, but no one side's really gaining ground. And it seems that you've learned now that you spent hanging around and learning about the planet yourself, along with some of the crew. You discovered that it's they're almost like in this perpetual stalemate, where every side has basically there's no great hegemon among them, if you get what I mean. It's just this strange balance of power, and the only reason no one's really going full on like total war, going completely desperation battle type moment is because of the Starport Authority. They know that if they get too chaotic, it's going to make it hard to deal with the various empires around them, and they're kind of the Switzerland of their region. They know they benefit from the powers around them, and they kind of just play that off, but they're all kind of competing with each other. So there is a central government that is the Starport Authority, but it's not really. It's more of a bureaucratic apparatus for these powers to talk to alien species. It's an interesting setup for the Federation's case. There are some planets that are like that. That's how they although they usually don't get members because you have to be united as a planet to get membership. But some associations are like, no, we talk to you as a planet while arguing with each other behind closed doors. As for the Peugeot subsector, the current concern right now is that there's talk among some of the people in the starport of a certain faction that's not in their subsector. It's elsewhere in the it's in neighboring subsector. The people known, get the name. The Udry technocracy is increasing concern. They've heard that they've started putting colonies, both coreward and windward, from them. So there's a general concern: are they trying to envelop us? What's their game plan? What are they up to? And the things they don't know a whole lot about the Udry, other than their technologically powerful force. The Woohoo are thinking about launching an expedition to challenge them, basically say, what are you up to? What are you doing? The Quaqua representative is saying that they can send out an expedition as well, through maybe not with their main fleet, but with the Staffy and the Iwakso, they'll send them out to go poke around room. Chigo are saying, kind of say, well, they keep trying to steer the conversation to, hey, so we were wondering if we can get some extra aid from the authority. We're wondering if you could renegotiate the new trade deals, but that seems to be falling on the wayside because the Woohoo and the Quaqua seem to be more concerned about the Udry, and they're not too concerned about a 3-star system group. Like even the Iwakso and the Staffy representatives get more airtime on the news than the Chigo. The Chigo are almost forgotten when it comes to how the local politics, subsector politics feel about them. Which probably isn't helping their growing and actually knowing what you know, certain feeling that the Quaqua are being very vocal in their and this concern they have about technocracy, and we really need to be worried about them, and really need tactically for the safety of the subsector. Like they keep talking over the Chigo, and they're like, well, they have a point, so on and so on.
Gotcha.
You can ask additional questions from that roll with momentum.
Any of you guys have any specific questions?
Considering the Quaqua's actions of clearly, or not clearly, but trying to diminish what the Chigoans need, is there a general feeling that with a push either way, that the Chigoans may start leaning away from the Star Authority?
If you want to spend for that question, I could answer that.
Yeah, I'd be willing to spend for that.
Okay. So 1 threat, right? Oh, darn. They historically have been tied to the Peugeot sector for a long time. They've had long ties with Woohoo. To some Chigoans, they consider Woohoo space Chigoan space, and that's been a long, ongoing conflict. And there's a feeling that if they declared independence away from the authority, which they are independent, they are sovereign power. The authority is just their UN, their meeting place. So if they walk away from that table, that means they're probably going to walk away from everything that they're arguing for Woohoo systems, and that would put them way behind. They basically be no more powerful than the free worlds. Like there are free world members, like they're like who are basically like 1 or 2 star system civilizations that are in the sector. Like Peugeot, for example, counts as a free world, but it's like, yeah, but they have no influence on the Starport Authority. They have observer status. They can sit there, they can see what's happening in the subsector as a whole, but beyond that, they have no voting power. Chigo still have voting power, but if they walk away,
You're Taiwan?
Huh?
The Chigo are like post-war Taiwan here.
Except they're on the Security Council. But yeah, so that's kind of the issue. So could they be pushed to do it? Yeah, but they'd need to have a huge gain to make up for it, because they're basically giving up their centuries-long conquests to regain their stars. Doubly so because now they've lost 2 of their star systems.
And to be fair, they did that to themselves.
Well, the concern did that to them. They had a criminal organization that corrupted their society, and now they're trying to figure out what to do with this new scenario. And the Woohoo aren't particularly in a rush to talk to them because they're too busy with other stuff like the Udry or this other thing, or these pirates, or something happening in our system, or something that's happening over there. Oh, the Chigo are in trouble? Oh, Muffin. Watch us care.
I have an idea. So we know then that the Ganymede is going to be going to the Woohoo and trying to help them out with their issues. I need to get a feel for what do the Woohoo need done.
Yeah, that'd be a
That-
separate role for sure.
Yeah. Oh yes, absolutely. But I want to figure out what they need done. That if we help them get it done, they'd be willing to come to the negotiating table about helping out with the Chigo.
Okay. Let's check in with Varder, who's on Peugeot. What is he up to for those 4 days while the captain's familiarizing himself with the politics of the system?
Oh, diplomacy, fun. You
Oh,
know,
one thing you know, because you're an intelligence officer. Guess who's there as well?
Adler. Yeah, I know.
Yay! Everyone's favorite spy.
Yeah, well, I guess if she's an intelligence asset now, she's directly under my command again.
Computer, don't freeze. Fudge weapons. Stace, what are you up to?
Well, I could either try to leverage something to help Baron's progress. I don't know how much I could do in that regard, given he's doing research, study, ugh, nerd stuff.
Wow.
What?
Nerd stuff.
Oh.
Probably go through my Quaqua favors and see if I can find out anything more about these systems and if there's anything they know of, which is I've got a few of them.
Which favor are you calling favors? I should say that colors how the information gets. What kind of information you get?
I've got Star Officer Steimer, Azir, and Koshi. Might as well use them all. I've got them all. I've got like 30 favors. Even that is 3. I forget what. I know Steimer is the Marine one. I forget what Azir was. Oh no, she's the XO.
What I'll do. Actually, I have a way to do this. Because of that, I'll let you do a reason plus 30 roll 2 to pry into the inner world of the municipality, because you basically have a lot of ins that are, 1, making it possible, and 2, making this much easier for you to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, reason security. Oh, the technocracy. Right.
Your ship can help you with computer plus security. You can get the computer to help you sort it out.
Mm-hmm. Lead by example focus?
Yeah.
Give you a threat. Had to double check how much you had. Yeah, a threat. Ooh, okay. There we go.
Don't forget the kismet.
Computer security. Okay. I wish I'd forgotten the kismet.
So say, are you squashing or are we squashing?
I just squashed that. I made 2 off it, so.
I'm guessing the green is next week's actions.
Yeah. This helps me organize so much more. Oh my god.
Hey, to be fair, sometimes it's nice to have a a session of paperwork.
Yep.
I mean, not for you.
No, I enjoy this sort of stuff. I enjoy because it covers the nuances that happen between missions. You guys sometimes get information that help you in missions later, or you create missions inadvertently. Data going to you, Var.
Huh.
Come on, Civil War.
No.
What? What is it?
That's a secret.
Mm,
Oops.
Oh,
I don't
really?
do
don't give
Yeah,
me
let's
that.
Let's just make the Death Star then. Okay.
Mm.
Hey, if it makes
Oh.
sense that I can use it against them, feel free.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. That's certainly something to ping back then.
that.
So that'll be a. Did we have secured lines between the squadron? Was that a thing?
I believe so.
You have computer links if you're in the system, but if you want to talk further, you have to do a roll and you'd have to encrypt it. Oh, I forgot there's one extra side mission here. Oh God, bye now.
Oh.
I just clicked on one of my bookmarks, so I've gone flying off into the ether.
So I'm sorry. What did you
left.
find out?
Uh, yeah, they're doing
You
a
could be
thing.
with the captain securely because you're on the same.
Yeah, tell the captain first. It's like, your radio room, please, sir. Or my office,
Very well.
whichever, either or.
I'll take this in my ready room.
1 second.
Ah, lovely. That is.
How bad could it be?
I'm sure
Yeah,
it could be very bad.
Can I ask a question of what is this thing supposed to do?
For momentum, sure.
Yeah.
Are they actually building a super weapon? Did I actually nail that on the head?
Give me a sec here.
Come on, the Chico already did that.
I'm the woohoo.
They commandeered one and repurposed it.
Woohoo also have a super weapon. Now we're
But
aware
the point is, but the point is, we already did this trope.
And now everybody who didn't have a super weapon is going, hey, I want one.
Listen, they can try all they like. It tends to never end up working too well.
Yeah, but it only has to work out well for them once.
Oh. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly what the Death Star does.
What?
I don't know if you knew that or not, GM.
What?
That's one of
No,
the versions of what it
really?
does.
They've
Yeah, one of them
built
does that.
a planet
Oh,
killer.
man.
Yeah,
A specific type of planet killer, no less.
third one that does this. The one from the new movies that's no longer canon.
Oh, see, that's not a Death Star, though.
That's a death planet.
Exactly. Which
Okay,
should be
so-
smaller than a Death Star, if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so, Captain. From my various favors and strings that I've pulled with the Larira's command staff, I am aware of a top secret project commissioned by the prince himself. Codenamed the Dusk Machine,
Wow,
still under
that must have
development.
done. That must have taken some digging.
Yes. Yes, it did. It's under development. As far as what is known, it draws energy from stars. For what purpose exactly? One second. Let me. You say unknown, but I could always spend ? Right?
You could spend, yep.
Okay.
Actually, I will let if you use your totally
If I use my what?
your intelligence roll power.
Oh.
Because if you spend one, I was gonna give you some information. Maybe intelligence has already been looking into it.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Someone else was already over there. They just didn't tell you. It's like, wait, you guys, someone's out there? Yeah, the Repulse. They just buzzed over there, said hi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll do that. We'll spend the intelligence ability then.
It's like we don't have to clue you guys into what we're up to. Oh, you're asking about it? Oh, need to know. Yeah, we're totally over. What? You're already there?
Oh, there's 16 days until it's ready to be deployed. So, at least by best estimates. Let's tap at a pad to see what I'm digging up. It's like still coming in. Oh, But yes, taking energy from a sun into a giant station with no port, no shuttle bays, and lots of armor. Which does
That
not sound like a
can't be good.
peaceful vessel.
No. Especially given what we've learned of the Steel Prince's recent plans.
It's mildly concerning, given
Look, all I
perceptions of
want
recent
is
star
for
systems.
Look, all I want is for the Steel Prince to yell out, "Unlimited power!"
I'm sure he does that in his own private time. Oh.
Right
Oh.
back.
Oh, this is horrible. Okay. So y'all know High Charity from Halo?
Not off the top of my head, no.
The
No.
giant Covenant space planet. There's a giant station that's a city. Yeah, this is a new super city. They'll all Quaqua will be able to ascend into the stars, and the men of the Quaqua will be able to deploy their mecha armies into the stars alongside the carriers.
Oh, he's building a super carrier.
He's building a super carrier to house the entire Quaqua population.
That's a bad idea!
So if they
Into
bring
a
all of
massive
their
mobile
stuff with
fortress.
them, they'll be able to go into space without going insane.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe that's the intention. There's 16 days until it's done. What the hell?
My question is, how the hell are they doing this given their technological level?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
and
they.
the concerning part is about draining stars for energy.
Yeah, that's
would-
not good.
Which would suit. Oh, would that make that a premonition? Because it could, if it's large enough, it could potentially permanently disrupt a star if it's harvesting from it. Because that's just gas.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's multiple things about this that's not very good.
Yeah, if they
Fortunately, that
if
shouldn't
they
at least
disrupt the
make stars
fission-
go like Nova,
Oh
because
no,
it'll
it
be
could.
pulling energy away from them.
It depends on the means of pulling energy away. If they're just pulling gas to use, or pulling off, like just straight shearing off mass from the star.
Oh, I'm back. Whew.
Hi.
Sorry, our
I heard it was like your smoke alarm.
yeah. So I raced off, and it's like, oh, everything's fine. Everything okay.
It's a good thing to be vigilant about.
Whew. All right then. Did I send off the thing? I
Yeah,
was gonna
we are
send?
now aware that this is a big bad.
What, a super carrier that can house an entire race and that takes power from suns? Yeah, sounds not good.
I mean, take power from suns could just mean it's solar powered.
Yeah,
Not what it means, but it
what's,
could be.
yeah, what's the
Taking
odds of
fuel
that?
from stars.
Yeah, it,
My
Oh,
point
no.
stands.
That's straight harvesting
just had a-
mass.
I just had a very I just realized a very unfortunate implication about this. So if this is, some, massive weapon, what have you, that's one thing. That's cause for that's cause for fighting back against it. But if this is their city, like if this is
It's gonna be warp capable. That will be the largest warp capable vessel in existence. Correct?
even we're talking like Borg tactical cube is the only thing that's nearly that. That's the same size.
huh?
It's bigger than a cube.
What?
And it doesn't use a matter-antimatter fuel reaction. It straight uses what it harvests from the sun to power its engines.
Yeah.
That's a less efficient fuel source. It's a more abundant fuel source, but it's a less efficient.
That's also why it's so big, because that's the engine takes up a good chunk of it.
But does this meet their tech level? Like, this seems in excess of what they should be able to achieve.
It's.
I mean-
I'm gonna charge momentum.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was
I'm
gonna
willing
say
to
I
bet
could
that
use.
it's something that
I'll figure out.
I'm willing to bet that it's something that's achievable, but it's something that they probably had to put all of their resources in, had to stop all ship production, like all everything, and put it all into that.
See, I'm just concerned by the
This is
fact
my
of they've
guess.
now figured
No, it's
out
based
how
on preserve.
to warp a planet on top of a target and deploy a planet's worth of assault units.
Yeah, so we're talking about what, like a scale 12 plus thing here, I'm guessing?
Yeah, bigger than a cube.
Based on
Yeah.
preserver tech, so. And I'm going to guess with a blade of
Oh.
armor or some such similar thing.
Yep.
Boarding it
And
would also
as I
be
said, I just
infeasible.
realized- Yeah, and as I also realized, we, they know what they're doing with this. I mean, if they're putting civilians on this thing, they've effectively made themselves a meat shield that we can't attack.
I really
'Cause
doubt it's
otherwise we'd be
specifically for
committing-
Federation purposes.
Yeah.
But like, we can't destroy that thing without committing a horrific war crime.
It tends to steer away from a war crime if they're directing the vessel upon you in an aggressive manner. People will be unhappy
Yeah,
about it, but it's not a war crime.
Yeah, it just depends on how many civilians are aboard.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an estimate of the population size in the high millions.
Because Corbinians, I remember Corbinian specific, or what you specifically told me is that this isn't just a military platform. This is a city.
I did just say it's a city, yes. A super city where full Quackwa built was into the stars.
Yeah.
Wording exactly.
Oh God.
Which I don't know if that would actually work in the sense of how the Quackwa men are, but they'll find out, I suppose.
That number is how much they believe is military resources. The rest of the prince, the various nobility, their servants, and so on.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. Okay, so it's not putting their entire population on the stations at once and just saying, "Hey, let's go."
No,
They're still
just
inhabiting their planets.
they're taking everyone on Cooley and putting it on there.
Okay, so that's how many military personnel, but not how many civilians then?
Yeah, the agents don't know because it's not completed yet. They don't know how they're like, they know what the project is. They've seen the data. But they're like, well, how are they going to put people in here? Where are they going to sleep? Where are they going to lie down? Where are they going to play pool? Like we don't get it. But that's what they're saying they're going to do.
There shouldn't be enough room on that for it, technically.
There should be enough room for like that many people, like just the military officers and nobody else is their estimation. Because that's roughly what a cube would like. That's roughly how much a cube has aboard.
130,000. Okay.
That
Unless-
suggests to me that the Steel Prince is not expecting everyone on Cooley to be alive, perhaps.
Or either preserver tech, you could have. We've seen larger on the inside preserver tech.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, or digitizing, which are both not good options to consider, really.
Yeah, no.
I mean, this is something that could be brought up by a certain fleet captain.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. I'm from Grennan, and yeah, probably getting a secure link to the rest of the squadron.
Yep.
Definitely throw music for what's going
Well, if it's preserver tech, maybe that'll give us maybe that could give us an in.
Potentially, we'd have to get close, and I'm going to assume it is guarded by a significant portion of the Star Navy.
Right.
You know, unless I
But-
went, hey, I could
no.
technically say,
just had a
hey,
thought.
Lady Bakara, lend us a ship that's got a good cloaking device for a minute here. But
Or, well, we do have the Chigo concern, who's looking to stay afloat. Or not
Or
concern.
not the concern.
yeah, Chigon Alliance.
And it has been, and we have known that, some Chigoans have access to cloaked ships.
Those were concerned vessels. I do
know.
not know the capabilities of the Alliance.
Is it just me, or is no one else concerned with the fact that Clone Grennan was being mined for data about the Federation, and they're building a massive carrier?
Oh, I'm definitely concerned. Apparently, they've
Yeah.
been working on this. Starfleet Intelligence has been on this for over a month. Do we have an estimate of how long the Quaqua have been working on this? It seems like a project that would take years.
Decades.
Yeah, you can't just throw something like this together.
Unless you can, in which case that's very concerning.
And the fact that something of this size has been managed to be kept as a secret for so long.
They'd have to be building it somewhere off site.
Presumably. I'm guessing that would be something we'd have to spend
Where?
for to find its construction location, right?
You're right.
Or that'd probably be a whole other task.
No, he just said, yep.
Okay.
So,
You a threat?
I was gonna say I could do the Legion of Honor. Not Legion of Honor. No, yeah, Legion of Honor does do that. Yep. I can
Was it-
make 2 bonus momentum,
Oh, okay. So you have 2
and this
bonus.
is still off the 1 successful task. So,
Yep.
so we've got 1 bonus momentum still.
Wasn't there an earlier question we had too?
I think so? Question mark.
Yeah.
What was the earlier question? Sorry, I was away.
I'm trying to remember now.
Oh, how long they've been working on this?
That was the
Yeah.
earlier question. That was the one we just asked.
Well, we're thinking about earlier question
yeah,
and
no.
shipyard location.
Yeah, shipyard location and how long. Yeah. Oh wow, that's Cooley 4.
Oh, let me
Inside
guess.
of a
They've
gas
been
giant.
building it in like
Yeah, makes sense.
So wait, does that mean we've been in the same system as that? We
Mhm.
have.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do any like in-depth scans of the system though.
Did I come like 5 minutes away from?
You hidden that gas giant.
You say, did I come like 5 minutes away from like finding that place in my little tiny mech suit?
Yeah. You could if you whiffed on that roll, it's like, oh, you're. I'm like, I didn't say that. I'm like, oh, please don't comp on this. Please don't comp on this.
Wow. Okay.
I just stumble on their giant mega super death weapon.
You can imagine how much Starfleet, the Repulse, was having a heart attack, going, what the hell is it doing here? Go away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's leaving. Oh God, thank you. What was that about? I don't know. Some weird mecha just flew at us. And then flew away. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, in Cooley 5, the other momentum was the estimation of how long they've been working on this thing for.
Oh, I answered that already.
Oh,
It's in
did you?
chat.
Right where? They've. Huh?
Just
Unclear?
above. Yep.
Yeah, I was saying we could spend a momentum to find out, or no?
When you spend, that's what you find out.
Oh.
They don't know. They don't know.
Okay. Okay.
That's them going like, no, we've been here, and it's
Yep.
either been a very short amount of time, more than a month. They know that much, but they don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So, indeterminate. But link to the. Yeah, we should send a call to the Captain Pand and Commander Myth, and probably DSC as well. Well, DSC would. Yeah, he's on there.
This
Yeah.
has just jumped up the list of priorities.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You can feel it in your bones.
Feel it in my bones. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a reliable source.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is a reliable source of information for me. I feel lots of things in my bones. Roughly, yeah. You know, you've heard weirder sentences from me, I think. So yeah. As far as, yeah, gut feeling is not the correct phrase here. Bone feeling. Roughly 4 years worth of development on this thing. That makes sense.
It's insanely
scale.
fast.
Yeah, that's still very quick. For
Still very quick. But they must have been throwing everything they had at this.
and we have no idea of a pre-existing precursor site in that system. So
Yeah, I have no knowledge of that.
did we had no knowledge of the Quaqua even having access to precursor tech, did we? They didn't have any locations themselves.
They must have had it beforehand.
Also,
Not
know
that we're
there are
part of
various-
the network.
Yeah, and the preservers in that whole sector are based out of Wudra originally, but there could be other sites that you just didn't know about.
It's
Yeah, 'cause,
more,
like,
as far as we're aware, nothing they had linked. But
Yeah, nothing that was connected to that specific preserver network that I linked
Mhm.
into, but there could be other networks, there could be other sites. We know there's other sites that aren't part of the network.
We have to stop this. We
Diplomatically, if
know they
possible.
have it.
I mean, diplomatically, you're in a place where you can talk to a bunch of people that would probably be against this.
yeah, hey, did you know these fellows were building a super weapon? Or not? Well, yeah, no, potentially a super carrier is the best way to describe it. A vessel of unimaginable scale.
How ironclad is this evidence?
Well, the estimation of build
Because
time
I
is
can't go. I can't go to the authority with nothing. With nothing to go on but just Starfleet intelligence reports.
well, part of it is directly from the Quaqua Star Navy, though they might be in a position to be executed if that was revealed. I believe that seems like a very Quaqua thing.
Yeah, you definitely can't reveal sources, but I mean,
I feel like the
a
second I
report
say
isn't just a Starfleet intelligence report isn't just words, you know?
no, there has to be some kind of proof to back this up. So yeah. In fact, the fact they know the location where it's being built probably means they've had someone get in there,
Where they have scans, you know.
or get close enough to see it, rather, as opposed to getting in there. But yeah,
Plus, if it's brought up of the Quaqua's recent interest in vassalizing another member of the region, alongside this, probably starts to build some form of a pattern.
Not. Do we have enough evidence for that one? Because I know our primary evidence is from the memories from the cloned Granite.
Enough evidence for what again? Sorry.
The Quaqua seeking to add more vassal states.
Oh,
Presumably the Chico. Do we have any hard evidence of that? Or...
I would charge a momentum for on the back of what Granted looked into.
And that'll have to be a threat.
It is known by the Pedro Starport Authority that the Qualcomm Principality seeks to vassalize all weaker powers for their general protection under the general grace and mercy of the Prince. The Woohoo Illuminated Worlds have told them, no, we are perfectly fine. We don't need your help. We have a big old fleet that will tell you no. Go away. And for a long time, the Concern were powerful enough that even though there were few systems, they had way higher tech than it was a tech disadvantage. So Quaqua want to vassalize them, but they can't. They would also want to vassalize the Federation, but the Federation is just way too big, way too advanced. It's not worth them trying. But they do bother free worlds and systems, stuff like that. So it's a known fact that they vassalize planets. It's just usually they only bother with in a very weak state or they're technologically inferior to the Quaqua. So they're Klingon-esque, except they actually vassalize their other persons and so on.
I mean,
no! And with a gigantic city station and that whole thing, that power discrepancy ceases to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could create an advantage of maybe having Wartburg reach out to the Woohoo to maybe back a certain claim of this. Like, so if the information was provided that they were going to go after the Chigoans, and the Woohoo suddenly came out and said, you know what? Yeah, we can confirm this information from a reliable source.
I mean, as far as
Because that's just it. We reveal this in front of the authority. We've let the genie out of the bottle. Ball's in their court.
The Rampart will probably have to withdraw. Also, mixed metaphor of smudge.
The die will be cast. The Rubicon will be crossed.
blinking, we still need to actually hail Pand and such.
Yeah, you're the only two people in the squad.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, this is hell of a character debate right now.
Oh, I might as well make it an in-character one. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put
Yeah,
them through and
we
we'll
need
secure the line.
Yeah. Yeah, get us a secure line to Deep Space Arcania, Varder. Everyone's gonna need to be brought in on this.
So you want to try and encrypt your signal first, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? You don't want this on open subspace channels unencrypted? Say it ain't so. Um. Got some seeds stuck in my throat. Ugh. Alrighty then. What kind of check they need to do? They need to do a encryption. So it is a control plus engineer because you're choosing which one it is before the roll. Assisted by comms plus engineering.
That's a Varder.
Roll engineering?
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah,
you're encrypting
encryption
a subspace
is-
signal.
Oh,
Encryption, and
Fucking
you
Brennan
keep
there.
saying an engineering role is for me. I do not. I have a yellow collar. Yes, it's for punching things.
I mean, what's your
Control engineering would be a 12. I do have my determination though.
hold on. Mine is gonna be that good.
You
do
might
have
want
Mine
to
is like a
Valashana.
direct an NPC there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we have Balashana. You could just
Yep. Valashana, we need you to get us an encrypted line back to Deep Space Arcania.
into the plank.
Not the Achilles?
The Achilles doesn't have a commanding officer on it at present.
Not a senior one, anyway.
Not a senior officer. Yeah, wrong phrasing. Whatever.
Don't worry, you're gonna get demoted for it. that's all.
So is this the thing where we have
Brilliant.
to? Is this the thing where we have to set the difficulty?
Yep.
What are we thinking? Diff 4, Diff 5?
You know, this seems like high priority. No, don't have anyone figure it out.
Yeah.
High priority. Don't fuck this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like we said this is like a diff 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna direct her. Diff 5, I'm gonna direct her to do this,
Okay.
and I am going to burn my medal that makes my assist an auto crit.
Spend it, but yeah. All right, who's rolling for Valashana?
I'll get it 1 second.
Okie doke. How much threat do we want to dump?
Before we do that, just 1 second.
No problem.
Would you? Oh, let's go focuses first. Computer systems.
I have to say no.
Power systems.
No.
I'm thinking just. Nah, I'm thinking we just gotta give him like 3 threat.
It may not even need to.
Oh,
Well, I'm thinking if I can get a value first, then that's 4 automatically off the bat.
Yeah.
So either. So I'm going to give you some values. You just say yes or no. So mission directive, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And I'll.
it does seem relevant. Yeah.
It's relevant to your mission of why Tiger Squadron's a thing.
Maintain stability in the region. Diffuse super weapon number 3.
We're getting 2 so far.
Uh-huh.
If someone wants to get the ship. Again, nat 1.
Yeah.
Next to it's a nat 2. Because luckily
I'll grab the ship there.
she also has the talent of meticulous, so even if she would have rolled a comp, I could have just squashed it.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, there's the ship assist.
Alright, so now you want to hail? Control plus engineering, difficulty 5, comp 5, as the airwaves are being jammed.
No.
Oh, the subspace bands, not airwaves. Airwaves would be completely pointless to you. We blocked your radio transmissions. We use subspace. Good job.
Computer or power systems? Troubleshooting?
Troubleshooting.
We've blocked your radio transmissions. Now you are
I do-
slightly less reflective
I
on
do-
sensors.
I'd give Volashana a threat and 2 momentum.
I mean, I was probably just going to go 4 and 2.
Yeah, that's take what you need.
How much threat?
2.
2. Okay.
You do get a reroll.
Yep, and I get to squash a comp if one appears anyway.
Sorry, what's this roll for, actually?
Just hailing.
Oh.
You're being jammed.
Wow.
Wait, I forgot to hit comp 5.
Sounds like someone on the planet doesn't want you talking about stuff that's...
The
Well, that would've
first
comped,
one,
but you
yeah,
do
the
get a
first one would have
reroll.
been.
Ah,
I can squash it because she has the talent for that. So ship.
Yeah, ship assist rolling that now.
We get,
Hey,
Yeah.
ship coming in clutch.
Despite the very heavy jamming, it's like Valashana probably kills a good 5 minutes fighting with the garbage that's being thrown into space.
Which sounds like it makes it very obvious we're being jammed, right?
I mean, to be fair, she is meticulous.
Yeah, she probably spent that extra bit of time. Probably didn't even report it right away. Like, hold on, just making sure it's not a computer error.
Just go Varder and Grinstein and they're like, yep, any minute now.
Any minute, Ensign. Got through the jamming. Could have told us that earlier. Didn't seem
Wait, there was
relevant.
jamming?
So you have
on
myth.
the radar, it's been jammed.
Oh, I forgot. There's the third person who would show up on screen because you can talk to her.
Yep.
The fudge is she? There she is.
Varder in the weird place of, oh, I have to sit here. I'm standing, though.
Myth, right. We
Pen's
were
there
calling
too,
with
but yeah.
better news.
was gonna.
Unfortunately, some new intelligence has just come to light.
Is that a clue there, sir? As I go ahead. I'll take silence as a
Suddenly falls mute.
Yes.
yes. Right. So, commissioned by the Quaqua
Stop.
Prince.
Stop. Spending 8 threat.
Oh.
As you begin talking, Cecile calls out, sir, navigation hazard. Something I can't see several stars in trailing direction, and whatever it is, we're seeing a lot less of them. And then Varder has to give me a fitness plus medicine roll difficulty 5.
It's eating stars.
Diff 5, you said?
Yeah.
Fitness medicine?
Yeah.
At least it's a fitness roll. I've got 1 hit free.
Yeah, eat.
Okay, focus and psionics, question mark?
Yep.
Oh, why am I asking what a fucking 1?
Mate, I do that as well.
We're all guilty of that.
Like, we're all super smart. Can I get a focus on this? Oh, a 1 roll. Sure.
Okay, diff 5. Okay. All non-kismet Oh.
Accounting for your various psionics aboard, you're going to have very bad headaches all
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Okay, Migusta, let's go. Determination, I feel it in my bones.
Yep.
That seems specifically appropriate. For some reason. Part of the ocean is why this is happening, and I assume can't help me.
Complication range for you increases
By 1.
It's actually it actually makes you more susceptible to being hurt.
Okay. Jaded?
Yeah, that'll apply.
Yay! I've seen mass death before. Actually, recently, with the super weapons, maybe, if that's anything regarding what this is.
Yeah, it's almost like we saw super weapons eating stars recently in this exact same goddamn region of space.
Give you... Oh, I can do that still. Haha. Let's find out. That's not bad. You only get 2. So, 2 successes. That's 4. That is 4. I win. I beat it.
I don't know if you can win here. Like,
Wait a second, I didn't turn my complication up, so that is actually 2
Have you rolled
complications.
for your veteran?
No. Didn't get it back. That's 2 complications right now, though. I don't like that.
ooh.
I gained 2 threat, you said?
Yes, from that. I'm looking at 2 complications right now because I didn't press the button high enough. I forgot. Well, I pressed it and then didn't realize. Yeah, that one makes it higher. The fitness, the augmented fitness. No. Wow, I've used all my sonic milestones. Yeah, I've got 2 complications and they're standing.
You need my determination?
Ouch.
Sucks for you, buddy.
2
Varder,
complications, you say?
You need it.
Yeah. I mean,
Huh?
you know, I could try and re-roll it, but I've got a high comp range at the moment. That's an up to you, Grinnin.
As you notice,
Yeah,
he's bleeding
no.
from his nose and eyes, and he's gripping his head in intense pain.
Ah, damn it. Barter. Focus on my voice.
I don't want to.
Your voice makes it worse.
Attacks you. No.
Okay, let's. Nope. But that is a determination. So hey, maybe now. What about now? Damn.
Well, now you've only got one complication.
I do now only have one complication.
That's true.
Uh,
I'm
It's
sorry.
better now.
The win was not 2 complications, but 1 complication.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Any way to get rid of that comp?
I think here for a second.
Because I'm about to do some bad damage
Nope,
to
there's
you.
nothing I can avoid.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Eat with comp there. That's
Nope,
not
I'm keeping the
great.
comp. Still keeping the comp.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you succeeded, but you
Oh.
got that comp.
I think this is gonna suck for you.
This sounds like it might suck, indeed.
You
In
have that
particular,
thing that,
juicy
like-
one.
Oh god.
Okay.
Hands up if you
Okay.
could take that.
Hats off if I can take that, you said?
Hands up who of us could take that.
I don't think so.
I
I can
could.
take that.
I could take that.
Okay, so that's 6 stress there. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. I've got 4 left.
Okay. Avoiding
and-
injury?
Yeah, character to heroism. I'm just here. I'm vibing.
The headache hurts. It's the worst headache you've ever felt, to the point that even like some medical people on the bridge, one of them kind of walks over, starts scanning, and you're able to wave them off as you're able to shake it off. But as you're waving that off, and that rather alarming scene happens, we have 3 other ships that are in danger.
Yeah, he just starts bleeding from his fucking eyes and nose while standing there on the bridge.
Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna make mine quick. Take a threat, I'll just roll 3 dice.
For a diff 5. Yike.
What's the comp range?
Normal.
And it's
Do
a
we all have
crew
to roll
task?
this?
No, the
All
other
the
ships do, though.
ships aside from the Kismet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a crew task, correct?
Yeah. Although the ships can help with, well,
I mean, I'll roll the ship, but it's also not looking out that much.
computers plus medicine, because your medical teams are trying to help the injured.
No, this is gonna suck for my guys.
So my crew is rolling a 15 with a focus. But I'd have to spend a bit of threat. I'm not sure if that's something we want to do here.
Like I said, I just gave him 1. I didn't think I was gonna make it anyway.
I'm gonna give 3 and see if they can make it. Okay. Don't suppose you'd take adaptive as a crew trait here, GM?
I would.
All right, lower diff by 1. And then gave you 3 threat.
Okay.
And then computers medicine assist. They make it with a comp.
There's a diff 5.
Lowered by 1.
Wow.
I'll just take 2 threat. They're already having bad enough time. So your ship has casualties, but your teams are fast to heal those who are hurt, and some people were just able to do it. They either resisted it outright or they weathered the hit. And it's like, what? Like some Vulcan on someone's like, whoa, ow, my head. I'm okay. Oh, I'm bleeding. That's medical emergency. Oh, we're busy. Go away. You're not the only one calling right now. And now for DSE. DSE's difficulties decreased by 1 due to the Midnight Watch present.
All right. Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah.
They've got a 13. Do we want to try and spend more for them?
Sure.
Right. So we'll, I guess give 3 there again. Have them roll 4. Why am I rolling this? I've been rolling terribly tonight. Oh, yeah, no, they're 1 off. Ah. I don't suppose Wright could assist given her parapsychology stuff.
Actually, I'll have a roll to assist with the daring plus medicine, parapsychology. Yep.
Yes, he makes it.
You notice that Wright just kind of, as things are, Bar's holding head, Wright kind of literally gets up and out of her chair and like leaves her captain's quarters, and you can hear shouting, and then it's quiet, and you're just seeing her screen staring at her chair for a bit until she comes back. And Varder, since you're still awake, you see something.
I'm sure the Midnight Captain's particularly happy with what just happened.
Oops.
Oh.
What?
Okay, okay. I was sitting there going, oh, two weird black smoke circles. Or was that one actually vanishing and the other one's still here?
You're able to clear the fog that was, and you can see off in the distance. It looks as if night is falling across the ocean.
Oh, that's terrible.
You can see the whole ocean is rippling like crazy, as if there's a massive lack, and the whole ocean's kind of reacting to it.
I don't know. I'm in the ocean. Is the other me here? Or is he having problems right now?
Yeah, he's with you.
So we don't need to tell each other that this is an absolutely terrible thing, right? Fairly certain.
I don't sense death. I sense... I'm not sure how to describe it. It's almost like...
Absence.
Yeah. There's stars out there. There's people there, but I can't see them very well. Or they're not there. But that doesn't make any sense. Everything is here.
Hmm.
Another wave ripples, and you're kind of thrown back into consciousness. Because you didn't make the check, so you can't really look too long.
Yeah. Well, I did make the check.
Oh, you did? Oopsie.
I passed.
Sorry.
I passed. I had a complication.
Oh, I thought you failed it for some reason.
No, I passed.
I'm gonna short myself 2 threat because I goofed. I wasn't supposed to hit you with damage. Oh well. Yeah, so you're in the ocean, you can see it. Or sense it, better way to put it. Your other self can sense it. It's artificial, whatever it is. It almost reminds me of when we fought those Klingons that time, you know.
The awoken ones?
Yeah. Well, no, but like, when they shot those weapons at us.
Oh, the Capcom ones.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I was actually there for that. Oh no, yeah, that's where the entire ship was nearly turned into a giant crystal.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, except, I mean, it's not us. It's not Kachowans. It's, I don't know what that is. Or maybe it's preservers, but that doesn't. I don't know. Preservers seem nicer than that.
They are. People using their stuff generally mess it up.
Yeah.
And we know that this base is preserver based. or in terms of technology, because it's not the Quaqua don't have the stuff to do that. Huh.
Yeah.
The way to resolve the Calcat was make a deal with them. I don't know if we can do that here. 'Cause well, the resolving the ship was talking with them.
Maybe we could do something like that if this is psychic. We could talk to it.
It's either psychic or it's the absence of such. I don't know what the absence of that would do to someone who is. I suppose that's a good question, right?
Feel like someone whose bones were there anymore.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, no, the bones would still be there. This wouldn't be psionic anymore, right?
I mean, we can hope. I don't know.
I think their psionics is what holds them as a physical object.
Didn't the captain say something about that's how people feel and they know each other and empathize with each other and all that nonsense?
Yes.
Yeah. So what if they didn't have that anymore?
If all of the Quaqua are suddenly disconnected?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
In a weird way. Which would also... Ooh.
Yeah.
So that would be how they'd get them all into space. That... I don't know how they would achieve that.
We should probably warn the others.
Yeah.
And probably the rest of the fleet, actually.
Yeah.
Because he looks over to the waves and sees they're still going that way.
It's like an ice pick lobotomy of a solution.
Yeah, they're silently neutering an entire race.
Yeah.
An entire area of space,
Let's
seems like.
head back. I say let's head back. You still live in my head.
Yeah, let's not. If we ever do want to go near that, let's make sure like we have like 1 million doctors or something.
I'd
I'd rather not, honestly.
I'd much rather if just I go back because you manifesting would be weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I still standing?
Yeah, you're a little dazed, but you're kind of finding yourself half consciously wiping away bits of blood.
Oh, so it's just like
Order.
bloody hands. Yes.
Order.
What? Yes. Hi. I'm here. Still.
Are you all right? You need me to summon the EMH?
That is blood in my mouth. No, I'm here. I'm fine. Don't know what the Quaqua just did. But oh,
Are you certain that the Quaqua have done something here?
not 100%, but reasonably. I was talking with the Midnight Captain last week. It was last week.
Yeah.
And the Quaqua are psionic. That's what prevents the men from going to space. It's like an empathetic link with their home. If the station wants to
Then-
take everyone to space, severing that all would be something. The ocean's got like a giant... I want to call it a storm, but it's not. It's a wall you can't see through, and beyond that is just the absence of anything. It's not death, it's just that they're gone.
One would generally call that a hole.
Yeah. It's hard to try and explain these things, I'm sorry.
You're talking about anti-psionics, says
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah. Oh, that might explain why that hurt so much, maybe?
It's a theoretical thing where if there's matter and antimatter, there's energy and anti-energy, as it were. There's parapsychology, there's sonics and anti-sonics.
Does this seem like an appropriate time to try and see if the Midnight Captain's even still conscious?
He is. We're currently. I've basically requested the entire watch to help out. We have injuries all across the station. Visitors, crew members.
I think this is something he'll want to hear about. And if the captains are approving of that, I'd like him to hear about it here.
I could patch him in on the station channels.
He would be the expert here. Or the step up from me. And I am, yeah. Looking at Pend and Grennan as do I get a sign off on that? Because I can't just pull him in.
I mean, as it stands, Penn doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. He got called to a conference call and...
Oh yeah, I was just saying, yeah, the Quaqua Prince commissioned something and then started bleeding profusely, so...
Yeah.
And then the next minute, Penn's getting like injury reports on his computer. What the hell's going on?
I mean,
so
technically, I'm on the station.
While the captain's being patched in, just as saying, the Steel Prince, yes, commissioning a giant station, a super city, super carrier, both, called the Dusk machine. Little air quote movements with bloodstained hands. It should be finished in 16 days.
That is not a very long timetable.
No. Based with precursor tech, there's no ports, no shuttle bays. It's lots of armor. It's I say super carrier because it would enable them to deploy their armies of mechs from it alongside their carrier fleet.
See, I can attempt to investigate the preserver angle of this.
And I'm looking at possibly bringing to light the Quaqqua's actions before the assembly, the authority. Sorry.
I have to wonder how the Woohoo are dealing with this right now, because that's their entire population.
Based off of observable statistics among my crew, probably not very well. It's kind of like looking at a display. She's saying that.
I mean, this more than likely could be seen as a power play for the region.
Yeah.
I mean, how else would you stop a sonic civilization by blasting anti-psionics into the ocean?
Basically,
they would be the biggest rival.
Yeah, so what?
Wait a second.
Neuter everyone and take the region.
Brennan's eyes go wide, and he looks up and he says, "The Quaqua aren't just looking to vassalize the entire, the Chigo alliance. Quaqua are looking to put the entire Peugeot authority under their control."
Given the available evidence, that seems to be the most direct conclusion, yes.
Well, it may be worth you having a meeting with everyone, providing what evidence you can. I'll try and get some extra resources towards you. As it stands, it's kind of left us in a predicament here.
Yeah.
Right.
Shall we pull in the Midnight Captain? Captains?
Yes. He's probably got a bit more expertise in this than the rest of us.
Yeah, he probably looks better than I do about now as well.
And Myth, you should start preparing your ships to depart with due haste.
I've received significant casualty reports from the Achilles. I would advise that they offload what they can to the plank and return to DSC post haste.
I think both ships need to return post haste.
If
Um,
the Steel Prince is planning to target the entire region, any support I can offer to the Chigon Alliance before returning will dampen those efforts.
Pardon
Hi,
us, Myth.
Captain.
Wartburg, sorry to bring you in on this with so little warning, but well, we've just had some very dire developments.
Uh,
what's going on?
did you see anything when this, whatever that was, just happened?
Yes, there's someone's deployed a large-scale anti-scion device. I'd estimate space dock size device.
Okay.
That would be the Quaqua.
Yeah, remember what you were telling me about the Quaqua not too long ago?
Yeah.
And well, I looked into it and what might be going on, and just see from my sources were able to start looking into something, and found out Starfleet Intelligence had an ongoing thing. The
Of course
Quaqua
they
building
did.
a super city to ascend the Quaqua into all of them into space. They want everyone in space.
Grennan
See,
takes
like
a
a-
seat.
So like a
They're
space
making their
arcology.
move.
Yeah, massive in scale, truly massive in scale. But
Based
the
on preservative.
size of the vessel doesn't collaborate to their entire population. It collaborates only about 130,000 people.
Well,
Which is
that doesn't explain why they're throwing anti-scions out. I mean,
no, it doesn't. But if their people are connected to their planets, right?
oh god.
Yeah, that's the
No,
there's no smart easy there's no there's a smart way to say it. There's no way that makes me sound sane. I spoke to myself about it, and that's the conclusion we reached.
um,
The side of me that lives in the ocean. That's I think I've told you about that, right?
yeah, you did.
Then looks like they're neutering psionics.
From our determination, the Quaqua are looking to weaken every one of the powers that's part of the Peugeot Authority, and well, subjugate the whole region as vassals under the Steel Prince.
Not to be a voice of to Fleet Captain Grennan, Lieutenant Commander Carter. I recommend that you continue this conversation. Right, kind of gives a look on the screen like, what the hell's going on?
Clear the bridge.
Or have them transferred into.
Yeah, we'll just transfer that into the conference room. That's the easier thing to do because I think we want people at the bridge right now.
Oh yeah, but basically that's what he's getting at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the one that's spaced right now, so it's not me to make the decisions. I imagine taking that much damage mentally is just like, yeah,
You're a bit woozy.
I'm trying to focus on what's here and now, not everything around me.
Here, Varder, let's go to the conference room.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck. Music kicks in. that stays there. Shoot. Ah.
I have hologram tech.
You do. Myth just holographically projects.
There's only so much space on a view screen.
Yeah.
Thank you for accommodating me, Captain. The reason I didn't want to say this in front of is that what I'm about to say is fairly demoralizing for most. The Watch is aware of very, very few ways that anti-science can be created. It's a technology that no current civilization has been able to master with any level of stability. The Vulcans tried it for a bit, the Romans tried it for a bit, but it requires an immense amount of energy to achieve. The only exception to that is something the Vulcans learned and they've banned, kept secret. And I would advise you to keep that secrecy with the same level of care as any other great secret operation. The only way I could see, either they have preserver tech.
They do.
To create a large amount of power. They do. But they probably don't understand it very well. So they probably did the shortcut. And that would explain why there's that much anti-science being thrown out. See, one of the reasons you create anti-science, the same reason we create antimatter, create energy to use it towards something. Well, if they didn't want to use the lithium crystal, if they wanted a massive amount of power, then you would simply pull from the ocean, the sonic energy that people give off. That's hard to harness safely without special devices, unless you're willing to throw people into a pit and mine their minds of their sapience.
No. That makes sense why the engines take up most of the ship.
And why there's not space for everyone on Cooley on board this vessel.
130 soldiers, and that's all you need.
Oh, God.
130,000. Sorry, not 130. 130.
And if you take a planet full of people, throw them, and turn it on, you have one of the most powerful ships in the galaxy.
He's neutering his people for a warship.
He's massacring his people for a warship.
Well,
robbed of your sapience without subroutines and protocols, some sort of cybernetic equivalent, you're not there anymore. You're not you. What makes you you is not there anymore. Just a corpse.
We have 16 days until that station's complete.
We will stop them.
Wolfgang, are you still able to contact the Woohoo at the moment?
1 second. Kind of stares off in the distance for a second. I can get to my agents. It's chaos over there.
Well, we've got.
I can get to some of them. I can get to some of them.
We've managed to pull strings with Starfleet Command. A ship outside of the Tiger Squadron command structure is being redeployed.
Yeah, we might need those.
Well, it's changed from a diplomatic mission. It's changed to
we're being jammed pretty hard on this side, and I don't know how much more. I don't know how much more we're going to be able to transmit to outside of this region. We need you to get in touch with Admiral Haggard.
I can get in touch with him.
Yeah, Pen's the weird choice to ask in that one.
I mean, as it stands, if we have this high interference, Myth, inform the Chigoans probably Grenada, Nevada, inform the Star Authority. Wolfgang, if you can reach out to your agents on Woohoo to work with the Ganymede and let them know what's coming along.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could possibly reach out to Haggard, that'd be fine. With the Achilles coming back, and probably a lot of you don't want to hear it, but we need to prepare for an offensive. That's a massive warship where they're going to kill a huge portion of their population.
Each day that that's online, they're killing more people, our own people.
Precisely. So I'm going to try and gain whatever ships and allies I can here, while each of us do it in our own regions. But it comes down to we need to get as many as we can, and strike.
Happens how much, how many of the
At this
details
point-
can I share with the Shigoan government?
We need to let everyone know what's going on.
Understood.
I will put together a full
The
file.
Club can't get away with this. Varder, reach out to whoever you have to in the Klingon Empire. I don't care.
I'll put together a full file for everyone's use in terms of briefing various powers. What about the Larira?
Ask if they're willing to assist. We can't get them to. If they don't wish to, that's their call. But if they are willing, we'll inform them of what we plan to do. If they don't, we don't.
Only do that once I've informed the Star Authority. We don't want the Larira accidentally tipping her hand to the Steel Prince. Once I make the announcement to the Star Authority, it's out. We have to make our move. But until then, we have the element of surprise.
Oh, I don't think that's really going to be much surprise to this. They
Carter,
yeah,
have you heard from?
Adler?
Yeah,
No.
that's not good.
I mean, I don't imagine her first course of action will be to contact me. I can. We're being jammed anyway. That to hail someone on the planet would probably.
But
They
that's
have a
just
more
it,
direct
Carter.
connection, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. Why would they need to jam you? You haven't done anything yet.
That thought did cross our minds. They shouldn't know we had this information.
So
To
that
be
means they
jamming us.
jammed you for some other reason. And there's only one person on that planet who would cause them.
Oh,
God.
I'll check by the
Adler.
doctors first because I'm sure they'd want to clear me, and I can take a. We've got her sources. I can get down there and try and find her.
Oh, in case it's not clear, by the way, the Watch will do whatever it can to stop this. This is exactly the sort of thing we fight against. So,
Oh yeah, no, I'd be. If you, there's a reason I said put you on the comm.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, as it stands, Alex, I'll probably build up as much of a fleet as I can before heading off, because obviously we can't wait the full 16 days.
And the note of preserver tech at play here. Varder, what's your understanding of that element of this?
limited. That preserver tech is involved, but we don't know where the Quaqua got it from. It's not inside the network we know exists, so it's a
Yes.
different network. The Woohoo might have some idea because of their relationship with the Quaqua prior to this, and also I think was it mentioned that they had a network center in the Woohoodra territory? I'm not making that
Yes,
up.
I was able to access that part of their network when I was within the preserver system. There was nothing indicating anything in.
We know before the concern had their own isolated one that didn't pick up on the system, right?
I isolated that system.
Oh, you isolated that one. Sorry, but foggy right now.
Understandable.
I don't think it's from the blood loss, but
I
it's not that much
will
blood, is it?
make what inquiries I can into this utilization of preserver tech. It does not seem in keeping with the plans they'd set out with.
No, I mean, neither did sun destroying super weapons.
But it's just kind of like nods. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find Adler. If the Kismet needs to move while I'm down there, I'm sure I can find a different ship by means of Adler or someone else or the Klingons. I've got a lot of favors to call in. I've been calling in
Yes,
a lot
you
of
do.
favors. I've got one left with Koshi.
I think
Don't
we'll
have
be
any more
going to
Herculean stuff.
maximum capacity for supplies to alleviate as much of the burden off the Achilles as we can here.
Understood. Like I said, if you've got anyone that needs to be transferred back to the station, send them to the Achilles. Once they get back, we'll prepare prepare for conflict with the Quaqua.
Indeed. I am not sure how much the Alliance will be able to be of assistance, but I will do everything I can here to prepare them before I return.
I mean, if need be, I can suggest a risky plan, and it's not going to be an enjoyable one for the person who has to do it.
Yeah. I'm already not having a good day. Let's hear it.
Well, luckily the Quaqua focus on carriers, so they're not very good at doing mass amounts of damage to vessels, correct?
Yeah, the Andromeda would beg to differ.
Well,
I mean, it would if it was still intact, but it's not.
if it comes down to it, and we need extra time, when the Achilles returns, I can go and distract them. Maybe try to delay them. And again, that's not going to be fun for the Achilles, but could buy us a bit more time, hopefully delay them.
I don't know if it'd delay the construction process, but it might draw off forces from the planet.
And to be fair, it's the only ship we have that we know for a fact that if a fight starts, it's probably going to last the longest.
I can also look into, like, Myth looks over at the Midnight Captain. I can look into redeveloping some of the countermeasures that I put in place against the Woohoo's psionic weapons to see if there's any potential there for some form of shielding against this anti-psion field. Any data that could be forwarded on the matter would be appreciated.
I'll send everything we have.
Thank you.
Well, you know where I'm going to be going, and we all have general ideas of what we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? She still had her midnight badge, right? You gave her that back band, or no?
I gave her belongings, yes.
I don't need to go anywhere to try and contact her then. They can't jam that, right? Right?
I took it back.
Oh.
Aren't you connected to her?
I am. I am.
Well, unfortunately, I think we might need to use that.
I could try that from here. We're in orbit, right? Where she should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can try that. If I start bleeding more, there's a problem.
Commander Wright,
Sir?
have as much personnel who is non-psionic be ready to be transported over to the Achilles.
Sir, with respect, I believe we do have it under control at this time. Watch's help. People are still able to operate, and if we offload anyone who has sonic potential, we're gonna lose a good chunk of the crew.
Well, when the Achilles returns, they'll be offloading crew themselves.
An exchange so that if you do have to go on this delaying action, your crew will be less vulnerable,
Correct.
Captain?
Psionics for non-psionics. That makes sense. Oh.
Will do, sir. And actually, that exchange will make up for the loss. Although, once your people are treated, they'll be back to full anyway, but that's for next episode.
It just makes it so that the Achilles can't be hurt in the same way again.
Yeah.
If there's nothing further, captains, I believe we all have a lot to get started on.
Myth, if it helps any to try and get the Chigorans on board, considering they do have the eidetic memory, especially it comes with things they've heard, you could try and mention the fact that even the Chigo Bane is offering whatever assistance he can.
I will keep that in mind.
Hopefully they'll respect the fact that the person who kept pushing them back is trying to help them.
I mean, them, the concern, slightly different. Very different, actually.
Whatever we can use.
Yeah. Will I try to contact out there now?
She did give me some directions of where she may have been on planet. Maybe that might help you focus on an area.
Maybe. No. We'll try it. Because if there's anything that needs to be said to everyone here, there's no point trying to call you all again. When I can just do it now. Or, we'll try now.
Can I give Vada my determination?
No.
You have to be the commanding officer.
I am commanding officer.
Don't worry.
You can spend momentum to create determination.
No, I'm just going to use mine.
She is...
So...
Aha. Here's what I have one specifically for locating Adler and catching her. Would that be inappropriate?
Yep.
The milestone for tracking her down in the first place. Oh my god, okay. Control command?
Could I assist with the information of where she was staying? And
Yep.
Hey, Vada.
Yeah.
If you succeed, I'll make mine a crit.
Okay.
If you don't succeed, he'll make it a complication just to spite you.
Pretty
Don't
much.
worry, I can take more damage. I can take more damage.
You can take exactly more damage.
I can take exactly more damage. I realize I can say the exact number, but that's not fun.
Yeah.
Probably about 4.
No, I just like exactly more damage.
Exactly more damage. The complication is not there. It's not at 5. say? So GM looks at me.
What was the question again? Sorry.
Don't worry about it. No, I've got things, stuff and things. That is. Oh, hey, I've got the other citation. I've got the Midnight Watch citation. Let's go. I've got a third one of these.
Yeah, gain 5 threat. I'm just going to
Oh!
increase the comp.
That's disgustingly bad.
Roll your veteran.
I didn't even use the determination beforehand. I just got the determination so I'd have it.
Oh.
I
Because
mean,
I'm not terrible at this. This is a 14, but I'm going to use it now.
there's also 2 from Pend right now.
Yeah. Would a mission directive apply
Yeah.
here, by the way? Question mark.
For ad.
Because it's relevant to the whole.
Yeah, it's relevant. You're right.
So that's 4. Yeah. There we go. Much better.
And veteran.
Kept it.
Trained.
Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 hits? 7 hits. I enjoy Varder getting slightly manic every time something goes very bad. Oh. Very bad sonically. I'm guessing that means she's in no mood to talk.
Yeah. That's why the diff was so high.
Yeah.
The person you were calling frantically reaching for the phone and slapping at it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of a call for help, more or less, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So that's probably a closing eyes, focus. Ooh. She is being tortured somewhere on the
What?
planet below.
What?
I didn't stutter.
Well, currently you have a dedicated ground unit.
Mm-hmm. And also, question mark, can I get her location while doing that?
For momentum spent.
I will do that. So I don't need to look. I just know where to land the troops, as it were.
Actually, no, before that momentum spent.
Before that momentum spend.
I'm going through my medal.
Okay.
I'm just seeing if I had one for the bonus momentum.
Oh, you could make a bonus momentum thing.
Technically, it's not a task that you did; it's an assist.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a difference
you
between
assist on
those.
that, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Nice thought, though.
I tried.
I do have my determination to make an advantage, though, if I... Ooh. I did make contact with her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Could I use my determination to... basically an advantage of able to help her in some regard, help steal her?
Yeah, you could.
It's like we have that link, so I'm here, I know where she is, and I can reach her. So it's less trying to talk now, it's more like, okay, look,
Hang in there.
we are here.
Help is on the way. Hang in there. Type
Yeah.
deal, yeah.
Could I spend my determination to have the hoplites ready to go immediately?
Hoplites are on the ship, I think they're just ready to go.
I don't know. Looks like I'm just going to spend it at this stage.
You could spin an advantage that they're basically you've trained them to be not just ready because they are ready to go, but they're also well trained and ready for. They're just itching for their first mission, so they're already ready to take the world on.
Their ear.
Sure.
Yeah.
So where is she?
Yes. I have, you know where she is.
Yeah, hold on, let me get to the exact place because the notes I need for this.
If she's in the fight section, that'd be great. Well, actually, no, they're like organized fights.
Oh, and I mean, you can tell that there is more than a professional concern behind that.
We know.
Believe the hostile taking and torturing of a Federation citizen warrants a response such as this. They're one of the nations. Which nation? Or is that not?
I'm looking up.
Okay.
I was just letting you know they weren't at the starport.
I wasn't sure if you were being incredibly vague to me deliberately.
But at
To a
least,
degree, I was. But...
like, so we know,
Is it
but
a
obviously it's
place?
just being written to Varda, so
Mhm.
we could just deploy.
Yeah, just basically getting the shuttles make the drop. I mean, we could just beam down, but shuttles is effective. Let's fucking orbital drop the Kismet down low into atmosphere.
I mean, you could.
We could.
Not sure if you should.
I mean, what? What are you chuckling at now?
Of all the people.
Of all,
It's the Quaqua who have a.
No, I rolled which country grabbed her.
I mean, there's the Purple Knights.
The Chigo.
They're no,
Or
they're
the
not one
Woohoo.
of the. They're not one of the people down on Peugeot.
No,
Oh,
it
it's
is the Paizo Nation of the Pink Republic of Liberty.
What?
Yeah.
Liberty? Really? The Libertarians.
Why? I don't know.
Sorry,
They-
what?
They're the ones doing the kidnapping.
Seems suspect.
Well, I'm about to liberate them.
There's so many other factions that would have been. We're like, yeah, that'd be it. Random roll. Oh well, I guess that's what's happening.
One second, let me open my this other intelligence thing. No, this one doesn't have it. I've got it written somewhere.
What?
Not the Pink Republic of Liberty.
Why?
I don't know. Does Adler know? Question mark.
She would tell you, but scream,
She's-
pain,
yeah.
ow.
Scream, pain, ow. Not
Yeah.
even a momentum would get that.
A momentum would get that as you pry it from her memories. Like she isn't telling you, you're just digging around to look.
Yeah, that's a. Hold on, please. One moment. There's a reason. There's a reason.
Oh, and obviously.
I swear I had this
What?
written down. What do you mean what?
Just.
I am
what?
trying my best here.
Hey, Brennan, remember when I was trying to create a
Oh.
nice little diplomatic mission for your guys on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's gone out the fucking window.
She's wanted
Yup.
for terrorism. Well, ties to terrorism.
Well,
She's being held at a
what else
government
is new?
black site. I'd assume a government black site. That would make sense. Yeah. So that is directly the people of the nation rather than rogue elements within the nation. Seen.
Well, Carter, I can trust you to. Will you be leading the extraction team?
If we're still going with an extraction, yes.
Get a clear read on her when you're on the ground. In the meantime, I'm gonna throw some sand in the air and make a stink at the Star Authority.
That Federation citizens being, abducted and tortured. Because
In addition to, well-
as much as she is still a Federation citizen. Apparently.
In addition to, well, everything else.
Oh, yeah, congratulations on ammunition. I'll get you some more. Probably. It's a black site. They've got to have something interesting there.
Well, we all have jobs to do. Should probably get to them.
You know how to reach us.
Oh, except through the jamming.
Well, considering I'm probably going to be getting in a fight very soon, probably not going to be opening comms with you for a while.
Oh, good luck.
and you're left to yourselves in the conference room. As part of the encrypted message, so you guys would be able to share it with the rest of the fleet. The area of effect, according to your sensors, so that it affects everything in here.
The anti-scion field.
So basically,
Is that what
they
you're
know
saying?
where those stars are, but they can't sense them.
Huh.
Wait, also the females of the Quaqua psionic, just in a different way.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not.
They're, I believe, I think it was they're less empathetic? Question mark.
They're less connected to the planets.
Yeah.
But they're still psionic to a degree.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have an Esper rating, yeah.
Yeah, they also count as food for the engine.
Yeah, let's just say that's bad for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not denying that. Oh, that's a house centipede. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a house centipede. It is no longer.
But yeah, with that revelation,
Eh.
that will be the end of the episode.